All right, let's begin today's stream. Welcome everyone. Yes, we're starting a little bit late. It's kind of, I think, like 2 hours. We're behind like 2 hours, but that's okay. We'll make the most of it. Who knows? We might even be. I will definitely try to skim faster through the topics, and maybe it'll be a better way of doing the streams. As uh, you know, knows maybe it'll be more entertaining that way. And so yeah, there's it's worth doing, going in that direction. And so also, I guess to give you like a quicker roundup of what we're going to be doing, it's basically Captain America. We're going to start with Captain America 4. And after that, we're going to get into the Deadpool and Wolverine discussion. We can finally talk spoilers. I figured, hey, it is that time to I think it's safe to say that we can talk spoilers and that anyone who has watched it uh, has probably seen it by now, so we don't have to worry about potential spoilers, and that's that. And yes, we are still going to be playing Red Dead Redemption. This is our longest series yet, and I see Far Cry Legos in the chat, as well as Mood Cap, the OGs. You mean Captain Pretender. And yeah, I still didn't get to work on the what's it called, the chats, that appear during the game and everything during the stream. I'll try to get that next time because that seems like a clever idea. And now give me one more second, like literally 5 seconds. All right, so that's where we're heading in the game. Perfect. Let's see, Twitch. We got one person on Twitch so far, which is pretty interesting. That last time when I went back to see the stats for the Star Wars stream that we did, we had 25 people viewing, not during the stream, but after the stream. But then we had 75 people on YouTube, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it's kind of unusual sometimes to see like people kind of press on like usually when people rewatch Twitch videos, if they get like, I don't know, 5 views. So it's kind of odd for it to do 5 times better than like what I would usually expect. And yes, Batman the Caped Crusader came out. That's going to be probably next week's priority. Because there's I guess it's not spoilers, but I did watch the entire series, and I do have a lot of thoughts. Is that a wolf? No, okay, it's just the breed of the dog. Okay, and they look like wolves, but that's to be expected, I guess, in the Wild West. Uh, what's up, Steven? And yeah, so I did watch Batman Cape Crusade. I watched all of it, and you might be thinking, why did you do that to yourself? Why did you watch it? Usually you don't watch this sort of stuff. You just comment on it without needing to watch it, which is just true, and I do think it is the way we should be watching. Are they attacking this woman? Oh, it's her dog saving her, I think. I think. How nice of him? Question mark. And yeah, I still do believe that you don't need to watch the stuff to comment on it. And that's, hey, Nerd Center, awesome to see you. Speaking of Nerd Center, that's kind of what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be teaming up with Nerd Center here to do a video on it. It's going to be on his channel. I'm going to be linking it in the future, and we might even watch bits and pieces of it during the stream later. When it comes out, it's going to be our review of the entire series. And it's pretty insightful stuff, so that's why I don't want to say too much, but I have already said some stuff, and that's kind of what you can expect. It's going to be a very fun discussion. We recorded the whole thing, and we kind of went on, and it was just really fun because we went over time, as is to be expected with me. But in a way that I think we really talked a lot about a lot of things, and like every minute we discussed something that was really, like, we were constantly talking about something else, and it's not like we were trying to keep the ball rolling on some topic that was getting old. We were just having a good time, and we were doing a great job, I think I would say. So I'm excited for that. A little channel plug for Nerd Center. And yeah, I've been calling Batman Cape Crusader since 2021. I've been calling it out since then. Insane how fast time has passed, how quickly things have moved since then. But then also to know that I've been vindicated on these things is always great to see, and it's to be expected, But it's like, where am I heading even? But sometimes people just don't care, and that's fair, I guess. Sometimes you just got to work on your messaging. By the way, Nerd Center has been, I would say, killing it as of late. He has been posting uh, specifically on the topic of Batman the Cape Crusader, but also Young Justice. He has been doing a lot of videos on those TV series. And the first one got a lot of, like, it started off getting a lot of hate because it was commenting on the trailer and everything. But then over time, people started to kind of like come around on it, not to a point where, everyone is still unanimously against that video, which was criticizing Batman the Cape Crusader, of course. But yes, it's just reaffirming to see people kind of come around to it, and it was because it's kind of hypocritical if you think about it, because people were willing to just let go of the whole Harley Quinn thing because it was the creator of Harley Quinn, co-creator. Thank you very much. So people were trying to be very easy on it for that reason, and but then the female Penguin came out, and suddenly people were okay with the co-creator of the animated series. They were not okay with the co-creator of this animated series making all those changes, which is interesting, isn't that? Isn't it funny how that works? And we're gonna get into the cutscene, and yeah, Nerd Center, you should be working on that video, by the way. Let's see what they're saying here. After this, we're gonna get straight into Captain America 4. Hands up, don't shoot. Yes, I
Where
am
is
going.
Abraham Reyes?
Here, amigo, here! Well, look who it is. The American bandit turned bounty hunter who is about to win the Mexican Revolution.
I don't know about that, mister.
No, but I do, Mr. John Marston, I do. A man like you, or me, with just a few such men, I tell you I could rule the entire country. Hey, hermanos unidos! Set my people free! Libre Mexico! Libre Mexico! Viva la revolución! Their energy is like food to me. I feel I was sent for them and they were sent to me.
Good for you.
When I rule these people, I shall be fair and judicious and wise. Also, you
Hey,
ask,
Julian.
very simple.
Julian, what
I
the
know these
WTF?
people.
Julian.
I know this land. In short, I can make them better.
It must be pleasant to be a man so at one with his destiny.
Ay, Dios mío, I don't do it for myself, John Marston. I do it for my people.
Well, exactly.
Hey, Julian.
Sarcasm, my friend, should be beneath a man such as you, don't you think?
Very little is beneath a man such as me.
Ha! Okay, well, in that case, I assume a little robbery will be a pleasant day's work. All in a good cause, of course. Come, my brother. Let us strike while the iron is hot.
Sure, let's do that. Speaking of which, because Julian kind of introduced himself here, it's good to see you, but he
Follow
said,
me. We
for
must
me,
hurry.
Deadpool and Wolverine was amazing. Yeah, we're definitely going to have a disagreement. And since we did talk about Deadpool and Wolverine, maybe we should actually maybe start with that. Speaking of, while the iron is hot, we should utilize that sort of opportunity. I saw the spoilers for Deadpool and Wolverine on TikTok. I need to see that soon. Well, when it comes to spoilers, we're gonna get into the opening of it, and I guess we should do it just now. So I guess we'll kind of finish off with Captain America 4 instead of, or sorry, Black Falcon, Captain Black Falcon 4. Um, since, yeah, we kind of want to do Wolverine and Deadpool since I see the chat is kind of like leaning in that direction more. So let's do it. Moodcap says, I've only seen a few reviews of Batman the Caped Crusader and clicked off when they all said Bruce Wayne is the mask and Batman is the real person. I am so glad to see more people just come around to the idea that Batman, or like come around to the idea that Batman is the mask is kind of bullcrap, and it is so great to see a lot of YouTube videos. I think M Enterprises actually made a video on it. It has 33,000 views, and it's just awesome to see that kind of like take off, which is great. I'm so happy to hear that and see those kind of views on those videos. Far Cry Lego says the show has given me more reasons to rewatch the animated series and, in general, the DCAU, as well as replay Arkham series. Nahoski is here. Sorry for the torture you had to go through watching that. Uh, yeah, it was. It wasn't. Was it a torture? I was sometimes falling asleep, so it wasn't like, oh, I have to endure this. I kind of expected what I was getting into, and for the most part, I was just kind of like, okay. It was more of a struggle trying to just stay awake while trying to watch it, which is hilarious because after I was done watching it, I was just fine. Um, and yeah, uh, so yeah, let's get into Deadpool and Wolverine. I think that's going to be uh, what we're going to get into. Barker Lego retorts by saying, "It is good if you don't think about the plot." And Julian pretty much agrees, saying, "Yeah, just enjoy the gags and action." And I think that's the problem with modern entertainment is that you always have to turn off your brain, just enjoy the gags, the action. And I do think that there's a place for enjoying the gags. Like, everyone can just enjoy Looney Tunes as for what it is, but it is built into it so that it defies sometimes logic and it's all based around gags. I guess with Deadpool you could say it's the same thing, but you can also say a lot of things about Deadpool, and not only that, but it's also doing a lot of things. Mainly or namely, it's bringing in the topic of Wolverine and multiverses, which aren't usually in Deadpool's space. He's usually just the guy who gets involved in different shenanigans. And like you watch Looney Tunes, each character has his own thing. And that's that. And I guess it's fine for Deadpool to parody certain things and make fun of the MCU and the multiverses. But the problem is that it's actually doing it at the expense of these characters. And let's just get into it, right? So I'm going to show you. I'm trying to think of what I should show you first to kind of lay the groundwork for this. And I also wanted to talk about the reactions, but first let's kind of, Steven said I'm going to watch Deadpool and Wolverine. I think that's what you said, and I'm going to show you some spoilers for it. At the same time, it is going to be like at the very first 2-3 minutes of it, I guess, is what I'm gonna say. So anyway, first I want to show you guys a clip of a video, and I want you guys to, you know what? Maybe I'll do it this way. I'm going to show you a clip from the movie. Yes, we're going to be showing you clips straight from the film, and it's going to be camera recorded, but it's like YouTube allow this to stay on other channels. So here's hoping that it lets me to stream. And if YouTube if Disney takes down this stream, then we can kind of redo the stream, I guess. So yeah, let's watch a clip from the movie. It's upside down. That's not what we wanted to do. There we go. We wanted to flip it, use the y-axis, not the x. And this is the intro. So yes, at the very beginning of the film, Wolverine is basically digging out Wolverine, not just the multiverse one, but the one from the actual film, Logan. So right away, it's it doesn't show you like the beginning of the film. It is like the second minute of the film. The first minute is basically Deadpool monologuing. Since I don't want to show you everything because of Disney, but they do tell you that, oh, I'm going to basically disrespect the end of Logan, and I'm going to do it, and it's played up as a joke. And this is going to obviously continue on to its second minute of the film. And you know, it's like Deadpool is supposed to be making fun of Marvel, like that's the excuse. But also the opening credits of this film where it shows the Marvel logo, he is glazing that logo hard. So one at times it's and it's not even like, you know, if he was if he was let's see, if he were to praise something like, for example, Wolverine, and say he's a great hero, okay, we can appreciate stuff. But just commenting on the logo, and basically what he said was is that oh, it's amazing, it gets me excited every single time. That's corporate chilling, and that's not something I am for anyone, and it's in Deadpool especially, I think. And I'm not even a fan of Deadpool. So anyway, let's get into this opening here.
Perfect ending to a very sad story, but that's not how regenerative healing factors work. You think I want to... Bingo. Yahtzee. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so again, this is supposed to be respecting the ending of Logan. And by the way, James Mangold, the director of Logan, said that he hates multiverses, which is kind of funny because I'm glad James Mangold and I can agree on something.
Bobber now. Look, I'm not a man of science, but you seem incredibly passed away.
There you go. And people laugh at it.
But it's good to see you. I gotta be honest, I've always wanted to ride with you, Logan. You and me getting into it, Deadpool and Wolverine just fucking shit up. Can you imagine the fun, the chaos?
So is this respectful to you guys? Just wondering. Because that's what Ryan Reynolds said this was going to be. They're not going to be messing with the ending of Logan. We've did something that's going to be respectful. And sure, they're going to change it to a different Wolverine because I assume that this one is obviously not going to get revived, and he's going to have to do something else, which is going to be basically him needing to go to a different universe. And so what ends up happening here is Ryan Reynolds takes that and says, yeah, we are respectful of the ending of Logan because we're not bringing back that version of Logan. And yet, here we are at the beginning of the movie. And it was already kind of disrespectful because you are riding the coattails of that character, whether you included this or you didn't. But then to learn that they actually do this scene, and it is this, I mean, I don't find that's like going the extra mile to be disrespectful. Again, we're only showing like the first minute of the film, so yeah.
G'day, mate. There's nothing that'll bring me back to life faster than a big bag of Marvel cash. Me too, Hugh.
Australian
No.
accents.
No. Oh, you had to get all noble and die for real. God damn it! I could really use your help right now.
And that was it. And why did I show you guys this? Well, partly because I wanted to tell you about what happened to Logan and how it was disrespected. But also, I want to show you a different clip. And it's not from the movie, just so we're clear. But let's see. Far Cry Lego wrote a bunch of stuff. So, but if you do it, it starts to break apart. If you start to, I assume when he says that if you think about it. So, you give him my brief thoughts on it. Deadpool 1. Oh, yeah. Far Cry Lego said, I did read your post, and you did say that you thought that, yeah, basically Deadpool 1 and 2 were good / okay, as well as the gags in action. Uh, but you did think that the third one, this one was actually really bad. And I think you gave it like 3 out of 10 stars, which, or sorry, 3 out of 10. Like the score was 3 out of 10, which is just savage. Or maybe even 2. But it was lower than what I gave it, which is, I think I gave it a 3. Uh, and then Far Cry Lego says, with using his body like a bloody puppet, it says it's not respecting. Hell no, it's not respectful. That's what Far Cry Lego says. And then Moodcap hops in. No, nope, since it literally goes on to use Wolverine's corpse to kill the guys who come in. Oh, there you go. Well, that's, I guess, something that happens later too. And to quote my review says, Far Cry Lego, the first one is, the first things first. Why is oh, wait, what are you trying to say here? We see in the film Wade going to Logan's grave and using his body like an effing puppet. And then Steven says Deadpool digging up Wolverine's corpses is a good metaphor for modern day Disney. Reminds me of them desecrating and shoving Anakin into Disney's Soy Wars. Yes. Moodcap. Looks like the best movie with Deadpool and Wolverine is still Hulk versus Wolverine. That animated film. Yeah, that was pretty good. I gotta say, that was a pretty good one. I did prefer it over Thor versus Hulk. Steven, we went from jokes about corporations parading around the corpse of beloved franchises to them actually doing that. Wow. Yeah, it's you could say it's self-aware, but ironically enough, it lacks self-awareness because it's trying to be self-aware in a way that's not very self-aware. And Far Cry Lego says yes, 2.5 to 3 out of 10. Again, only reason is that it is high is because I am a Deadpool fan. I would not consider that to be very high, but that's fine. I wouldn't make mine any higher either. Anyway, let's get, so yeah, why did I show you guys this clip? This is the reason why. This is a video from 7 years ago. Isn't that hilarious? Isn't that hilarious? It's literally what they did with Deadpool and Wolverine.
Don't worry, baby. I'll be gentle. I can't do it, Captain. I want us to be together, but not like this. Maybe I'll go revive Francis. Love to kill him again. I gotta call Liefeld. Draw me up some good bad guys.
Let's go. Okay, we're gonna get taken down for those songs, but I think there's more to it. X gonna give it to ya. Okay, I guess not. I thought there was going to be something after the credits, but this movie, or sorry, this clip had a lot more respect for Wolverine than the movie itself did. And it's also hilarious that he basically predicted what Disney was going to do with the franchise 7 years ahead of time. Impressive, I would say. And that's what I wanted to show you. I know he makes a joke about Wolverine's joining the MCU at a low point. The lack of self awareness kills me considering this movie, the movie it's in. Yeah, I mean, this movie is also a low point, really. I remember that clip. It was only funny then because I thought Wolverine wasn't going to come back. And guess what, Steven? He also doesn't come back in this clip either. He comes back in the movie, of course. So I do think that the clip did it better. Somehow Deadpool even has integrity here, which I guess is something that's not often talked about, because correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe I am just trying to kind of make up stuff, but I always had a sense that Deadpool, even though he was a jokester, he did not he wasn't just like random crude jokes all the time. And he did have, maybe morals would be something wrong to say, but he did have like an understanding that certain things ought to remain sacred. And he was a jokester and all that stuff, but I thought that he was still somewhat, he had heroic qualities despite his more some villainous tendencies here and there. That's what I thought. Uh and that's what I get from this clip too. It's like, okay, I guess that's my friend. Maybe Wolverine would never consider him a friend, and technically in this universe they have rarely met. But it's such a Deadpool thing for him to consider himself to be a best friend to Wolverine, and for that reason he wouldn't just do it, right? And come to think of it, why is Deadpool going to Wolverine of all people? Like, why? Why wouldn't he go to Professor X first, who would be able to help him and gather a whole bunch of mutants? I guess maybe he ends up in like a universe where there's only Wolverine. I guess that's the only explanation I could think of. Uh, and so that's probably it. But the disgraced Wolverine angle, the reason why only Wolverine exists in this universe is because he lost all those X-Men, and I don't know if he killed them in the Deadpool and Wolverine, but they're gone, and he's just depressed now. So it's more of that depressed hero who completely lost it. Let's see. Far Cry Lego. That clip was more true to Wade than the effing film. No, Deadpool is a sad clown. Steven also says Deadpool does have integrity when it comes to certain things, especially kids. Yeah. Far Cry Lego. He uses his jokes to hide his depression. He also has a moral code, a crazy one, but a code nonetheless. He would go to Cap first since he respects Cap a lot in the comics. Okay. All right, so now I kind of want to. You guys already know what my thoughts on the whole thing is. In the Capitol, they are already talking about my legendary escape from L somewhere. Okay, that's what the game says. And you guys know what I think about the hold on, the movie, which is I'm of course against it. I think it's a shameless cash grab, and there's nothing that we should be supporting about it. It's brainless. And I don't know if anyone disagrees with whatever it is that I have to say. Please state your give me your address and I'll find you. No, but let me know why you think that, and I will gladly disagree with you. But I think so far, I think we had Julian on here, so good. So yeah, you guys know where I'm at it, and so let's move on to the next thing. That's also to do with Deadpool and Wolverine, which is people's reaction to it. I want to see, because I think this is my speculation, and this is what I think is going to happen. Deadpool and Wolverine is going to be another Spider-Man No Way Home situation, which is a very bad movie that disrespects the character it is supposed to be about. Oh, what? I'm right behind him. It disrespects the character it's supposed to be about, and it has a bunch of plot holes, and it's brainless. But just because it seems to be more fan friendly, suddenly everyone will forget what it's about. And just because it seems like just because it's not quote unquote woke, people will give it the benefit of the doubt and pretend like it's some kind of good, rare good movie by Disney. I think we're kind of heading in the same territory. And so I think the problem we had with those people, I think we have a cutscene here, but he had a problem with that in No Way Home, which is you had a lot of people who were praising it for those reasons and ignoring stuff. A lot of people who you would usually call out all the quote unquote woke
So
stuff.
listen, this train is filled with valuable supplies
We're
we
gonna
need,
be
but
trying
it's also
to.
filled with government troops. We'll set off a very
We're
loud
gonna look at those
distraction.
people
You
again.
can
We'll see
burn
what they
the
think.
train, and then you can disconnect the army cars, huh?
Okay.
Okay, but listen, we've got to get this done before the train rolls out of the station.
You make it sound so easy.
Well, did I not promise you fun times, amigo? Eh?
We're gonna hold their feet to the fire.
There are too many soldiers. We must surprise them. Here, take this knife. You can use it to kill the guards quietly. Wait until I distract them. Then get on that train as fast as you can, John.
Okay, good.
Wait here while I get
Okay. Oh, what did he do? A knife. Good. And the first person we're gonna go over is the critical drinker. I think the critical drinker. I think we need to start calling out, like, identifying the people who are within our sort of, I don't know, maybe not groups. I don't know if we're in the same group as the critical drinker. I mean, not definitely not in terms of like of viewers, but I'm talking about, like, I don't even know, like, would you call it political alignment? Probably not. But in terms of where people would kind of group us, I think people would say, "Oh, you're like that guy," or like, "You probably listen to the critical drinker," and it's like, I don't know. I wouldn't consider myself a critical drinker fan. I used to watch some of his stuff, but then I realized that there were some problems with his content, and that's not to say that I don't like him or anything. I think that there are problems with his content that we need to kind of like acknowledge, and I wish that he would kind of acknowledge them himself and improve. But he is very comfortable in the place that he is in. I think, and I'm of course referencing not only Spider-Man: No Way Home, but Dune Part One, Dune Part Two, but most notably, the recent example was Fallout, where we did go over his discussion with Mahler, and he just gave no reasons as to why Fallout was this amazing or great TV show, enjoyable one. And his reasoning again was that it was just not woke and it was just fun. And it's like, oh, we're having this conversation again with Deadpool and Wolverine. Isn't that hilarious? And that's where we find ourselves a lot in these discussions, and we need to be able, because he goes over all these things when it's a woke movie. That's what he calls it. I don't like to call it woke, of course, but every time there's a woke movie, they are always the first ones to point out all the flaws, all the plot holes. But when it comes to these types of movies, suddenly they forget about those things. And so I haven't watched this video actually, so I am willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he is going to give the film a negative review. I'm hoping that's the case. Let's see what he says. We are going to see that. If Far Lego says Mahler is a Fallout fan, well, maybe a video game fan, a Fallout video game fan, because he didn't like the Fallout TV series, if you remember correctly. He did not like the TV series, and he was actually arguing against it. And but maybe you're trying to say that he is a Fallout fan, therefore he didn't like the game, the adaptation. But if you, again, going back to that conversation, there was also a different Fallout fan in that chat, and he said that he essentially he liked the games. therefore he liked the TV show. So again, people who played the video games also liked the TV show, and then there are some others who didn't play the games and didn't like the TV show, and also those who obviously who did play the games and didn't like the TV show. So I think it's harder to generalize here who falls where. Um, but even I think Mahler, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think even Mahler started to kind of like say a lot of positive things about Spider-Man No Way Home. So we're also gonna get into that and if what his take on it is, just to kind of see where we are at now in terms of discussions, because there's so many stupid people online, and I think it's easier for us to pick at the dumbest people and say, well, isn't that person stupid? But at the same time, the people who do agree with us on a lot of things, I think it's also important to see like where they stand on things and see if it's as bad as we think it is or if it's improved. I think that's a pretty cool way of kind of looking where we are at now. Um, let's get to some of your comments before we get to that. I think Deadpool and Wolverine will have more mixed reviews than No Way Home. Toby and Andrew made people forget the movie's holes. Yeah, that's definitely a factor. Um, I hated No Way Home when it was brand new. Says Far Cry Lego. It's called it. Wait, I called it No Way Shite for a reason. The day I make a video review on it, Steven, I think someone should read and review Critical Drinker's books or review his movie that was supposed to be on YouTube. He made a YouTube movie. Did that come out? Because you make it sound like he made a movie, but then he didn't actually publish it. So did he shoot a movie and didn't publish it, or is the movie actually on YouTube right now? But yeah, I know he's done a lot of books. Maybe it's a good idea for somebody to review them, but at the same time, I don't think like Critical Drinker is somebody that I personally don't think that, you know, I see no point of like creating enemies for no reason, or just to be like pretend to have some kind of moral high ground, because I think that you see that kind of with your boy Zach, Comics Matter with your boy Zach, and he's become so unhinged, and he's like he hates culture wars, but at the same time it's like, yeah, what can I say, it's the reality, it's real. Isn't it weird that people actually care about the things that they're seeing? Isn't that incredible that people actually care about ideology and these ideas, and that they actually mean something? Wait for the distraction. Sneak onto the train station. Oh no, it's a stealth mission. Oh crap. Okay, throwing knives. Oh, we need some detective vision for this, guys. Crouch. Okay. But isn't it incredible that there are people who genuinely crouch? Yep. I kind of want to use the doors, but it's probably a fake. Oh crap. Get the other guy. No. Oh crap. Oh wow, that's a lot of people. We're dead, aren't we? Yeah, okay, we're dead. Cool. But I think it's good that people actually care now. And that finally we're at a point in culture where people aren't just mindless consumers, or they still are, but I think you're starting to see the tide change, and I think like your boy Zach is not accustomed to that sort of reality where people actually care about these things, and it makes sense for them. Can I kill him here? Okay, good. Okay, gotta be quiet. First, we gotta loot the body. And I find it kind of hilarious, honestly, that people are just still stuck in the reality of trying to prevent people talking about politics. Even though politics. Oh, dude, this guy is leaking. Hilarious. Oh gosh, he's done. Okay, let's go here. Let's just go. Let's just go. How do I get up? Help. Now what? Take out the guards. This is scary, guys. This is very scary. Not really, but detach the Mexican army train cards. Should be easy enough. This is a pretty cool mission, gotta say, guys. Pretty cool mission. Oh no. Should we go to the other side? Anyway, let's just let's get into it. No more yapping. Let's just get into it. So I'm gonna turn it on right now. And let's see what they say. So yeah, I don't think like creating enemies for no reason. Like I think Critical Trigger has still makes good points. Steven, I'm gonna play Fallout New Vegas. What mod should I get with it? That's a question to Far Cry Lego. So I'm gonna let him answer that while we get into this video now. Which is, where's this one? There we go. This is not the one. Okay.
Damn, man, I can't think of many films that have got more riding on them
Okay, hold
than
on.
Deadpool and Wolverine. Not
Hold
only
on,
are
hold
people
on.
counting on it to inject some semblance of life back into it.
So my prediction for this, he might give it a negative score. I'm hoping that's what that's what happens. But my prediction is he's going to take a very obvious route and say that it was a very good movie despite its few flaws, and that it's not woke, therefore it's good. That's my take on it. And when it comes to his positives, he's going to be very general and vague, as he was with the Fallout show. Remember how vague he was with that? Oof. And so that's my prediction for this review. Hopefully he proves me wrong, but I don't think he will do that. Let's see if Hosuke's saying anything. Name the plot holes. You want me to name the plot holes for Wolverine and... Or for No Way Home. For No Way Home or Wolverine and Deadpool? Let me know which one. Because I can do both. And don't say both, because we're going to be here all day.
A declining franchise that hasn't had a major hit in years, and also to prove that superhero movies in general can still be a viable prospect at the box office, but it's also supposed to be a much needed focal point to what's been a pretty underwhelming summer movie season. The question is, does it actually work? Does it live up to the hype? Can Deadpool possibly hope to exist in the family-friendly MCU? Is Marvel saved? Well, before I answer those questions, I'm very aware that the film's just come out and that a lot of people are going to be waiting for the weekend before they see it, so I'm going to keep this review intentionally vague and as spoiler-free as I can. I'll talk about a few plot details that you've almost certainly figured out from the trailers, but I'll keep the cameos and the major story beats under wraps. So with that in mind, let's get right into it. The basic premise of the story is that Wade Wilson has hung up his spandex and is now living a normal life as a used car salesman. Yeah, he might not be a hero anymore, but he's still got his friends around him and things seem to be going okay in his life. Well, until a bunch of TVA agents show up at his door and abduct him.
Oh, brother.
The fucking TVA. Pretty soon he's brought before Paradox, who explains that since Wolverine died at the end of Logan, Wade's timeline is slowly dying and is due to be screaming by the TVA shortly. He offers Wade the chance to become Deadpool again and join the Avengers in the Prime timeline. The only catch is that everyone he cares about is going to get destroyed when his original timeline gets prunes. Naturally, he doesn't take this news
forgot
too
how to
well,
use it.
and his solution in
How to
typical
jump.
Deadpool fashion is to kidnap a Wolverine from a different timeline and use him as a replacement for the one that died. Unfortunately, it all goes tits up and both men end up getting sent to the Void, which is like a giant garbage dump at the end of time and space.
Hold on, I missed that. Hold on, let's just make this jump. There we go. Now let's, I kind of missed what he said about the plot. Let me go just 10 seconds.
is that everyone he cares about is going to get destroyed when his original timeline gets prunes. Naturally, he doesn't take this news too well, and his solution, in typical Deadpool fashion, is to kidnap a Wolverine from a different timeline and use him as a replacement for the one that died. Unfortunately, it all goes tits up and both men end up getting sent to the Void, which is like a giant garbage dump at the end of time and space. Their objective now is to find a way out so they can return to the real world and stop Paradox before he wipes out Wade's entire universe. Along the way, the two men are going to have to find a way to put aside their differences and work together to take on a rogues gallery of former enemies and a few unexpected friends who show up to help them out. Reviewing Deadpool and Wolverine is a
Shoot
tricky
her.
one because whether you enjoy it is going to depend a lot on what you personally value in a film like this. I mean, from a story and writing point of view, I'd have to say this is probably the weakest of the three Deadpool films, with a frustratingly meandering plot that just kind of drifts from scene to scene and relies on coincidence, convenience, and the villain being completely and utterly retarded in order to function. At 128 minutes, it feels kind of bloated and sluggish compared to the first Deadpool, taking too long to get going, dragging around the midpoint, and suffering from the same multiple
We can't even see
problem
him.
that seems to be creeping into most modern movies now. The primary antagonist doesn't feel all that interesting or well developed, with no personal connection to Deadpool or Wolverine, motivations that shift from scene to scene, and the same generic destroy the entire universe end goal that's become a fucking meme at this point. On the plus side though, if you came here to watch Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds hang out and have fun making a movie together, then you're not going to be disappointed. Jackman always brought his A game to even the shittiest of X-Men movies. He's been playing this same character since I was in high school and hasn't missed a beat since he did Logan 5 years ago. He's just as brooding and intense as he always was, playing it dead straight no
This
matter
is an
the
awful
insanity going on
placement for the
around him,
Gatling
and
gun.
actually delivering a few surprisingly heartfelt moments that caught me off guard. You're always going to need a straight man to act as a counterpoint to Deadpool's constant jokes and one-liners, and Wolverine fits
We should be able to
perfectly into
destroy
that
this.
role. Speaking of which, if you were worried that the film was going to have to tone down the crude humour, swearing and violence to play in Disney's sandbox, then fear not, because the opening credits pretty much set the tone for the rest of the movie. Deadpool's just as foul-mouthed and crude as he always was, and honestly, I was actually pretty impressed that they managed to get away with a 15 rating for this one. That being said, the humour's not quite as biting and slickly efficient as the first Deadpool.
Can't
A lot
even
of the
kill
jokes
this
don't
guy.
land, and the script commits the cardinal sin of trying to push unfunny gags way past their breaking point, but enough of them work that you'll definitely have fun with the movie. And yeah, much to my shock, Marvel proved that they are actually capable of laughing at themselves a bit with this one. There's plenty of references to the MCU's recent downturn in quality, the general
This is an
shittiness
awful
of
placement of
multiverses
the
as a
Gatling
storytelling
gun.
concept, and even a few jokes about some of their more troubled productions, which really surprised me. It's not often you hear studios straight up admitting that they've fucked up, and I'm pretty sure the admission had to be teased out of them by
This is
Ryan
an awful
Reynolds, but
placement
it's
of the
about as
Gatling
close as
gun.
you're likely to get in Marvel's case. Yeah, the film definitely could have gone in harder on the MCU's many failings, the pandering and the girl bosses and the diversity hires, but I guess there's some lines that even Deadpool isn't allowed to cross. The thing is though, the movie really isn't about Marvel or Deadpool's place within the MCU. It's much more of a love letter to everything that came before it. That crazy, unpredictable, experimental time in the early 2000s when studios hadn't yet found the magic formula for success, when all kinds of hopeful young superheroes and franchises tried their luck, all with grand aspirations to be the next big thing. Yeah, a lot of them crashed and burned in the process, sometimes with hilarious results, and kind of fell by the wayside as the unstoppable juggernaut of the MCU rolled over the superhero landscape, paving the way for a much more successful but ultimately less interesting and creative take on the genre. A lot of the cameos in this film exemplify that attitude of paying tribute to the movies and characters of that bygone era who never quite made it, and honestly, a couple of them brought a genuine smile to my face. It was great to see them back in action after so long, and maybe get a little shot at redemption along the way. Ultimately, while I think Deadpool and Wolverine is a bit of a bloated, chaotic mess at times, and probably relies a little too much on its gimmicky premise for its own good, it's still light years ahead of almost anything Marvel have put out in recent years, and delivers enough laughs and fan service to keep most people happy. Is it going to save the MCU? Nope, because I don't think it even wants to. But it does provide a decent swan song to the movies that made the MCU possible in the first place, and more importantly, it finally gave two old friends the team-up movie that they've always wanted. And when all is said and done, isn't that the most important thing? Anyway, That's all I've got for today. Go away now.
So okay, it wasn't like the worst review ever, of course. It was. I thought for a second I thought he was actually going to be very totally upfront about it, which he was. But then his general consensus was that hey, it's actually pretty good. What are these guys doing? I think I won. They're just giving it to me. Uh, game. This is unacceptable, but I'll take it. So yeah, it was kind of more of the same Spider-Man No Way Home, but he did actually list off all the negative flaws, which is reassuring. He did improve in that regard. So that's great. That's great. So now I'm really curious to hear how he kind of goes off with the others. Uh, let's see where you guys are saying it. They're giving it to you. Pause. Wait, I didn't say. Hold on. Are you guys saying something that like? Are you guys? Am I missing something here? Uh, did I say somebody's giving something to me? Because I don't remember that being the case. I don't know. Did I miss something, Steven? Did I say something I was not supposed to say? uh, Far Cry Lego says since they needed to make sure it works. Oh, when it comes to the mods, you guys are talking about the mods. And midnight ride for Fallout 4 is the way to go, and you'll be okay. And then Far Cry Lego says if you want plot holes, I can do that for you. Steven says you said they're giving it to you when the guys were just the train running in the spot, allowing you to shoot them. Oh right. I did say that. They're just giving it to me. Yeah. I did say that. They're just giving it to us. But I did say us. This is a communism, okay? We're all in this together. We're all struggling here, okay? We all can get where we all can take what we can get. So yeah, you're in this too, Steven. So let's see what for what Critical Drinker has to say when it comes to the general discussion, and I do think that they might get into some spoilers. So beware, although at this point, I don't care. But if you do, because I know, Steven, you're planning to see it, but at the same time, it's like, I don't think you'll mind any spoilers. Who knows? Maybe you do. So I'm giving you the heads up now.
We've assembled a multinational team to do this thing.
So
to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine.
I do like this team. It has Mahler in it, who criticized Fallout when no one else was, the TV show by Amazon. And this other guy, he was also criticizing it pretty well. Reaper, he was doing an amazing job criticizing it. And I remember Robot Head from something? Maybe not. So let's see if Mahler would, because I think he was kind of being apologetic for No Way Home, Spider-Man No Way Home. So let's see what he has to say about this one.
We might as well just jump right into it. Now, I might suggest, because the movie's just out, and I don't want to spoil it too much for people.
Okay, so he's still not going to get into too many spoilers. That's reassuring for some of you, I would hope. But yeah, let's see if Critical Drinker provides some more detail. Woodcap, Robot Head mostly does Star Wars videos and the occasionally MCU video. Oh, okay. Steven, you said they're giving... I'll be fine with spoilers. Oh, that's cool then.
So maybe we try and keep it as, spoiler-free as we can and speak in general terms. Would you guys be okay with that?
I think if anyone's been on Twitter, that's too late, because I luckily saw it on the first day and came out, and Twitter was just full of pictures of people trying to destroy any surprise or joke in that film.
I think really the surprises are going to be in the cameos, aren't they? So maybe
isn't that sad?
Name them.
Everything is about the cameos now.
Okay. But I guess
that's what people are looking forward to.
I'm probably going to turn it over to you guys initially and just ask, how did you find the movie overall? And feel free to go in any order you want. I don't mind, really. Okay, shall I pick the order? Okay, we'll go. Okay, go Reaper.
I liked it. I thought it was pretty decent. It's not a perfect movie. It's got some flaws, but I thought the
No,
fight scenes were really good. I liked some of the cameos. Some of the jokes landed quite
seriously.
well. Some didn't. It kind of dragged in the middle, but all in all, I thought it was
Dang,
all right.
Nice.
the
Robot
disappointment.
Head, what about you?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's a hard film to have problems with because it's just
Really?
It's so entertaining. That sounds a silly thing to say for someone reviewing a film, but yeah, the story has problems.
So,
There's bits that seem very lazy, but
Yeah.
it's enjoyable and
seem?
they give the audience what they want. We get to see them fight several times, so that's what we enjoy. But again,
How about the fact that, it just defiles Logan's grave and it rides on the coattails of those original heroes? And that it's set in the multiverse storyline where nothing makes sense in terms of how the multiverse works. Because I've gone over that to great lengths, how multiverses just kind of like ruin everything. And not just from like a creative standpoint, but even like the logical one, how the rules in the multiverse have changed. I went over this in my Captain Carter video. Oh gosh, I didn't even see him. But essentially they changed the rules and they change with every single movie in terms of how it affects time, who controls it, and it's ridiculous. Uh, so yeah, it's really hard to find anything to dislike about it. I don't know. I think I found a lot to dislike about it. This is embarrassing. Is the Xbox 360 version also this kind of broken? Is this mission broken? It's kind of a shame because the game isn't difficult to begin with, It's not difficult to begin with, and there's no reason for this to not be working. Like, why? I want to loot the bodies, but I guess they're not going to let us. Anyway, there's a lot not to like about this. Is Reaper Scoos from Liverpool? I don't know. So many people take cameos over actual characters. So many people take cameos over plot, internal logic, consistency, canon. And then like, how does this mix with Fox's version of the timeline? Because the time rules in the X-Men films were way different from the MCU, but I guess, they don't care about that. Anyway.
same with the humor. I agree too with Reaper. It's some bits land really well, and other bits are a bit. Oh, geez, that was a bit tough. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it overall.
Before Mauler destroys all of our appreciation. Of
Oh,
this,
good.
I'll just offer
Mahler hated it. Ah, thank you. Some sanity restored.
a couple of thoughts. I think in terms of writing quality, it's probably the weakest of the three Deadpool movies. I think it tries to push some pretty unfunny jokes like way too hard.
There's a cutscene, so we'll pause this.
You move like a cat onto that train.
But we have Spidey
Magnificent.
Shelf in
Go
the house. Deadpool and Wolverine is the corporate slop it seeks to make fun of. How ironic. So much to agree with here. And I can't wait till we get to Mahler's take, because I didn't know he was going to hate it, but I'm so glad he did. I hated that film so much, says Marker Lego.
ahead and blow the
So let's
armored
watch this
car and take
cutscene.
whatever you need, my brother.
Vámonos.
See, hopefully this guy doesn't betray us.
Quick, brother, we don't have
Good.
much time.
But when it gets it right, it does it really well. And I think, obviously, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds play really well with each other. And I think there are some
Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds play with each other very well.
Come on, my friend. Get that hot
relatively
chocolate.
good dramatic moments as well. Like they feel quite heartfelt at times.
¡No lo
Which
intentes!
surprised me.
¡Este
And
vagón es de acero!
I think if I was to define it, like, because people were often curious about, like, what does it have to say
You know what?
about the MCU?
I think
So we can get out
I
of
think
here.
sometimes Critical Drinker purposefully kind of says to not get into spoilers to prevent actually giving examples. He's done that a lot of times. He just prefers to be very vague. Let's get out of here. He likes to be vague sometimes, and it's very interesting how he would just not give away spoilers. Like, what? Why are people screaming?
Muy bien, John. Now take a look
Okay.
inside. Maybe I can
do
have
and,
another
and
gift
what
for
does
us.
it impact that? It kind of doesn't. Like, it's much more like interested in the not just the X-Men movies, but like those early 2000s superhero movies in general. It's like a kind of love letter to that era of superhero films, which is kind of a forgotten era at this point. And you can, even calls it, some of the people who were involved back then, the forgotten heroes. But yeah, I think overall I quite enjoyed it. Like, I
Hold
could
on, this
definitely
is important. Move L to search for the first number on the combination. If the dial is moved in the opposite direction, you must start over. Oh, interesting.
see the problems with it. The entire plot kind of hinges on the main antagonist being kind of retarded. And there's a lot of convenience to keep things going. But when it gets it right, it gets it really right. So
What does that even mean?
overall, it
When
was
it gets it
okay.
right, it gets it really right. Just give some
Lawler,
examples.
why don't you tell us why we're wrong?
I end up having to defend Deadpool 1 a lot of the time because I think when it came out, a lot of people felt it was a bit cringe. And
It
it's
was.
often cited as like bringing in the insincerity era. Like it's doesn't take itself seriously whatsoever. But I always felt that was the, that was the sell. It was in a world
Yeah.
where everything was too serious. In fact, if you remember, Deadpool 1 and 2 had several references to how DC, which back then was like the grim, dark, sad universe, and it would make fun of it for that. I appreciated how they balanced the drama and comedy. I thought, as everyone did, that Ryan Reynolds was a perfect fit for Deadpool, and so he was.
How
I
does
liked
that
his
even
passion
work?
for the project. I liked
I'm sorry, this is kind of not talking about the video, talking about the gameplay. It's just kind of like lame. You just have to move it in the opposite direction than before, and it's gonna find the thing for you. Like that's what I'm doing. That's all I did.
that it was free of the reins that you'd find attached to many other projects at the time. I liked the violence. I liked the willingness to be experimental to an extent, but I also respected the format where they bounce between different timelines in order to try and give the audience what they want straight away, like an action scene, but then also try and provide a meaningful backbone to everything the character is going through, how he feels, etc.
Especially
Deadpool 2
getting
was a bit
pinned
more
by his wife.
disappointing. I still quite like it. I just didn't think it was as good as the first. Didn't think it was as strong. It's starting to fray at the edges of what I think they were much more solid on in the first one. And so this
Okay,
one, like
sorry.
I want to make clear, huge fan of Hugh Jackman Wolverine, huge fan of Ryan Reynolds Deadpool. You can see me on Real BBC saying excessively that the trailer was pretty solid, and I think there's lots of room here for a really meaningful look into the characters while also having some fun. And I'm always happy to kick Disney while it's down, which this movie seemed to want to do as well.
It seemed.
However,
But
Mr. Marston.
Very noble, I'm sure, but I need to know where Williamson and Escuela are holed up.
All in good time, amigo. I'm off to deliver these goods. I'll see you back at the ranch. Oh, my spies tell me they soon will have the information you need.
Okay. They will soon give us the information, which means we'll be able to progress onto the story. Alright, cool. What's gonna happen now? Is somebody gonna die? Nope, it's just us out alone in the field. So let's keep watching.
Here we go.
I don't know why. Like for a second there, I was like, could try and sugarcoat it, but then I realized, what's the point? Like it's just, may as well just say it. And I'll open first with saying I think this will be hyper successful, and I think most people will love it.
Yeah,
However,
that's where I find myself.
I think
Arm
this is
wrestling,
after
let's go.
thorough examination already. Deadpool was assassinated. Wolverine was assassinated. The cameos were sad. The plot's a complete fucking disaster. The world building's as bad as everything else in Phase 4 and 5. The characters are all hyper retarded. The TVA is entirely nonsense. the comedy was a significant step down for Deadpool 1 and 2. They have the same self-awareness of someone like Boogie, where they do the thing and then highlight how shit the thing is. The comedy felt insecure. The
Boogie?
drama was practically
What's he
pandering instead
referencing?
of meaningful. Most of anything they tried to cobble together for any character was made out of horse shit and had about 5 lines per character to resolve with as much meaning as most things in Phase 4.
So you
So,
enjoyed it
okay, look at that. Look at that. Even though he obviously sometimes he was like vague about some stuff, but he gave you insights as to like what he was talking about in terms of the characters that make sense, like the TVA, or there was this one thing that he mentioned. What is this? Oh, it's him. It's Daedalus and his son, but we don't have everything just yet. Or do we? Let's just check. Let's just check with him. But he said like one thing that I really like. He gave you some insight as to what he was trying to say and what he was referencing. Attack or defend a stagecoach by shooting one of the characters involved. Where? Where? Return to Charles. I don't see where's the stagecoach? Help me. There it is. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's try to actually listen to this. Hold on. Let's try to listen to who's actually at fault here. Let's find out. Where's my horse? Let's actually find out, because last time we actually got involved and we killed the wrong person. But even like Mueller actually gave some sort of insights, even though he had to keep it spoiler free. Okay, what are you saying? Are you shooting at me? Then that's why you're gonna die first. There we go. Now let's see what these guys are doing. Where'd they go? Are those the guys? Enemy friend. This guy's the friend, okay. Let's go to them. Okay. I don't want to kill the friend. So this guy's right, okay, now for you, those are the good guys, good, so we're helping them. And that means you must be the evil guy. There you go. We did the right thing, guys. You're welcome. No money? Whatever.
It was a good time.
Honestly, as soon as the phrase anchor being was mentioned, I was
There you
like,
go.
oh shit, this film's gonna be bad.
I have no idea what he's talking about, anchor being, but he's giving you actual examples. I know, crazy, right? Now, let's see if anyone else does it.
Really?
Yeah.
That was what did it for you?
Yeah, as soon as that happened, I was like, we're fucked. Because Deadpool was already fucked at that point as a character, and then I realized the plot and world were already fucked as well, and I was like, all I've got left is Wolverine, and they did not come through on him for me.
Wow. I mean, you understand this isn't the same Wolverine that we know. This is like alternate
Of
reality Wolverine.
Sure, and yet they do. Fuck really go. Do they? Is Laura in this film because she is brought into this movie, and she's the same Laura from the ending of Logan, correct? Is that true? Confirm this for us, because I want to know. I need to know. Is this the same Laura? Is this the same Laura that left? Far Cry Lego says yes, it is the same Laura. There you go. And there's a scene in the trailer where she says something to Logan, I believe, where she says, "You were like always the best of us in my universe," something like that. But again, she was like saying something about the movie Logan, and she was trying to apply that to his version, this new version. So even though like Critical Drinker is trying to say, oh, this is a different version, so keep that in mind. Still, again, they're riding on the coattails of that film, and they're trying to you're emotionally invested in the Logan character, and yet they're trying to use that to make you care about this one. And they're throwing characters at you from that film to make you care. So it's just scummy all around. If Mark Religo started saying something, so I'm gonna let him finish, because he says timeline-wise as well. Since this takes place in 2024, okay. What about it taking place in 2024 and not 2029? So what do you mean to suggest by that? Do you mean to say that Laura's inclusion here doesn't make sense? So again, the numbers don't add up. Is it maybe because she went back in time? Who knows? I don't know. You probably know, since Logan should be alive. Oh, I see. So if he went back to 2024, then Logan should be alive, and he could have just gone to him. So again, even that doesn't make any sense. Steven, Logan was 2029, wasn't it? Yes, it was.
I understand that, which is why I wish we had the one they promised we'd get instead of basically Diet Wolverine from Logan.
Interesting. I mean, I think for me,
Diet Wolverine from Logan.
the movie got off to a slow start, for sure. Like the first 15,
Oh my gosh.
20 minutes, basically before Wolverine shows up, I was borderline bored at times. I was like, okay, come on, we need to get this movie going now. Like, it just kind of feels like there was no energy behind it. And yeah,
the interview with John Favreau seemed to go on forever.
Yeah, and it was
Interview with John Favreau?
Yeah, and like,
What
we're not
happened in this
spoiling anything
film?
by saying that. Like, yeah, like Happy Hogan is in it just for a brief cameo. It's like, it's nothing major. It's just like the premise basically is that Wade wants to,
All right, Steven.
I
You'll
guess,
be back.
try out for the Avengers. He wants to try and join them, and he's not cut out for it, clearly, because he doesn't have the right temperament and stuff. So puts him into a bit of a funk, and he gives up superheroing for quite a while and just becomes a regular guy until the events of the plot capture him and put him into like a new position. But yeah, that whole cameo, that whole interview segment, it wasn't particularly funny. Yeah, it dragged on for quite a bit. The movie in general, I think, is probably about 15, 20 minutes too long. Because I was starting to notice the length by a certain point. It's like, okay, where are we going next with this? There's quite a lot hanging around. Whereas like previous Deadpools have been relatively lean and mean, especially the first one.
What did everyone think about the cameos? Like how they were used, which ones were good, which one were bad?
This
a couple
usually
of them
fits
really
between substantive or pandering, and these were pandering for sure.
A couple of them really surprised me.
X-23. I think I used it a lot more.
Well,
what for?
I'm trying not to spoil things here by saying which ones are in it, but yeah, a couple of them really surprised me. Like, wow, I didn't know that person was even willing to come back and do this stuff anymore. And in one case, like, I didn't know that person was even still an actor anymore. So
I know you mean.
Oh, damn. Like, and yeah, like a couple of them, I looked at them and thought, like, you've kind of still got it when it came to the fight scenes and shit. Like, I'd be interested in seeing this older version of that character, you know? I was
surprised myself how happy I was to see that person walk into a room. It was, and I was glad I didn't know who was coming up, like who was about to appear in, you know, all the cameos. So I think I'd gone without seeing any of them. But yeah, when that actor walked in, the one that we all thought had stopped acting, yeah, I was surprised how good I felt about that.
What are you talking about? Oh, I think I know who.
Yeah. That would have been pretty cool. But
I think can I say who? Can I say who?
Again, I'm trying to be vague, but there was a little joke about like the troubled production history of one of Marvel's movies that I thought was really good.
Okay, they just kind of hinted at it.
Point that I wanted to make, like, it showed that
if Parker Lego tells me just say Blade, yeah, it was Blade. Wesley Snipes shows up, but if you kind of count him out, you kind of realize that all the cameos were kind of like lame. what I mean by that is, other than the fact that they disrespected the Human Torch by having him get his limbs ripped from him, and just, him by the female villain, Cassandra Nova, but also him just falling on his testicles. That was like stupid and disrespectful to the OG Human Torch, but also the fact that we have Elektra in this movie, so Jennifer Garner, you realize that, oh wait, all these actors have either worked with Ryan Reynolds or Shai Levy, is that the name of the director? Or Shai Levy. So we have both of those directors, or like the Ryan Reynolds or the director. So it's like, oh, so you worked with these people before, therefore it was easy to get this person on your team or to star in this universe and in this movie. Or it was somebody who has already worked in Marvel in the MCU, which was Chris Evans, of course. And I think Wesley Snipes was like the only cameo there, but even him, he's like these guys have said, who even, like, does he even act anymore? And of course he still acts. I've seen him in Doctor Dolittle. Wait, no, sorry, not Doctor Dolittle. The other Eddie Murphy film from 2018, although it was an awful film, I would say. But Dolomite, that's what it was. He played in that, so he's still around. He's still kicking around. Far Cry Lego says, or sorry, Moodcap, the scary thing is that this isn't the worst thing in store for Wolverine. Ooh, I wonder what you're talking about. Far Cry Lego says, but it clearly shows him the arc. The arc creature he had from Iron Man's death from Endgame. I don't know what creature you're talking about. But then you go on to say, which don't make sense since Endgame was 2024. Oh, the timeline thing. Okay. Stop being vague, MFers. Just say Blade. Well, I think they're being specific now. They just don't want to give away the name of Blade. We're all Foxverse. Blade, besides Blade. Not gonna lie, Blade was the one that was the only one who was treated well. Human Torch was skinned alive. What? And dissolved into a meat puddle. Just a dick move. What? Moodcab. That's insane. Crazy. Far Cry Lego says, and not character assassinated. Moodcap says the worst thing in store for Wolverine is in Insomniac. In the Insomniac game, we all saw how they treated Spider-Man. Yeah, I think Wolverine is screwed. If he's going to be under Insomniac, it's over for him. Let's watch this cutscene now. Whoa, big doggo. Nice.
Is not above laughing at itself. And some of its shortcomings, particularly with the multiverse stuff. Like the movie just straight up goes in on that. Like, this is so garbage.
What does he say to Wolverine? He goes, "You've come in when it's at its lowest point."
Yeah. Yep.
And like, I liked attractive Wolverine. I mean, attractive Deadpool.
Oh my gosh! Don't show that. Well, that was unexpected.
John, excuse me.
Dang.
Cuando te vea la próxima vez que sea un poco más durito, ¿eh? And I mean rougher, ¿eh?
What would your most
Dang.
loyal follower, Luisa, say about that?
Who?
Luisa, the girl from Campo Murata?
Her.
Who expected that to
Gentleman
happen?
never tells, but she was a most wonderful. I just say she was increíble. Yes. Let me tell you something. I strongly recommend her. You take her when you have the chance, my brother.
She thinks she's your wife.
My wife? These peasant girls, they believe every word a fellow says. So naive. It's really quite charming. I love peasants. Don't you love peasants? I love them. They have such purity.
Are
Pority.
you gonna marry her?
Ha! Maria Pese! My dear boy, don't be absurd. I'm going to be the next president of Mexico. My wife will meet ambassadors, kings, other great men. The very thought that I would marry some peasant girl with a tight gun and the hands of a farmer, well, I really don't think so. My mother, que Dios la cuide, would turn in her grave.
Interesting.
But come on, let's run. I've got an amazing present for you, my brother.
That
Huh,
was
James?
wild.
The man you seek. Together, we will bring them to justice. Let's go.
That was crazy. Who expected that to happen?
This is the day we have
Not
been
me.
waiting for.
Fine, I'm coming. Just hold on.
Don't you want to go home to your family, you strange man?
Bye-bye. Crazy. Did you guys expect that? You wrecked the TNT wagon, really? What if we did that from afar? What if we didn't get hurt? I think it's going to start over the mission, but you
Let's
know.
go, John. Today we will both have victory.
Keep going, keep going. And that's that. Let's keep... Okay. We're done fooling around. Let's go.
Liked the stuffs since Endgame, I think he said, didn't he? Something about that at one stage.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, yeah, I think it probably could have gone a little harder. Like, I feel like Deadpool 1 would have been way more ruthless about how shit the MCU is now. This was kind of a toned down, tamer version of it. But even then, like, the fact that they're willing to acknowledge some of their shortcomings
It's
was
just
nice.
really
It was nice
controlled
to see that.
I
opposition,
think that's
really.
because the film's so like because the MCU's in such a state. They went, we have absolutely nothing to lose. We're gambling everything on this film.
I don't know if it was like Ryan Reynolds pushing for this and basically saying, like, we can't make Deadpool work. Like, we can't bring Deadpool into the MCU and not have him
Yeah.
comment on how stupid it is now and how boring it is. Like, because imagine if he came in and it's like, oh, I'm so excited to be part of this. It's an awesome universe, you know.
I think
Clearly
Kevin
they had-
Feige is a visionary director. I think he's just
Yeah.
brilliant. He keeps doing that.
I
The side
imagine
entrance to the
it all
film. Meanwhile, you, my American friend, will drive this wagon at the front gate and jump off when you're close. It's been packed with 5 crates of
Another
TNT.
interesting
That
mission.
sounds crazy. How long's the fuse?
Yes, like I say, fun times.
This John
It's
Marston
plenty long
guy,
enough, I think. I
he's
see
doing
you in there,
anything
amigo.
anyone tells him. Oh yeah, we gotta hurry up
Go
for
on, John. You can do this.
this. We were the ones who were supposed to blow up the cart, not the other way around. We were not supposed to blow up with it.
had to be approved, and they probably had to walk a very fine line before they get away with stuff, because they certainly didn't criticize
We're dead.
they knew where to draw the line by someone else. So a slightly toned down mockery, but it was still a mockery all the same, which was kind of nice to see.
If it's
What
a
did everyone
toned
think
down
of
mockery,
the violence and action scenes?
how much of a mockery can it really be?
I like
And at the same time, it's like, it was kind of, wait, what? Are we supposed to kill these guys? Are they on our team or what? Okay, there we go. Like, if it's a toned down mockery, and we saw what they did with Logan, they sure didn't mind mocking the Foxverse. Know what I mean? Crap, should have gone. Stay behind this thing. There we go. Anyone else?
Oh, I like him. Again, all the problems I have are sort of around the story, but the violence I liked. I like the, especially like the fight in the car. Again,
Yeah.
That was really good. Because it's
What is it?
bloody, this film has got loads of blood.
I even
Yeah,
liked how it was
don't know.
introduced. It was virtually like, we're going to fight again right now, because the audience is waiting for it. And I can understand looking at more. That could annoy some people, but that I liked that they just went, we're going back into it again, and here's another fight. So
I kind of don't know how they got away with a 15, like considering how violent it is and how much gore there is. Yeah, like it's pretty impressive, and how much swearing there is. Like it does not let up, and they got a 15
There is
certificate. Like that's
swearing,
impressive.
yay.
But yeah,
Incredible.
like the car bit, I just love how much they fucking hate the Honda Odyssey. Like they just don't stop going on about how shit a car it is, which I liked. Oh, Echo's here
I
as
like
well.
the
Hello.
what was that
Hey.
old boy?
Sorry I'm late, everyone. I was climbing up being nervous and I got stuck and out of breath and I had to helicopter.
Hey,
me
that's
down,
my
and it was-
shtick. I tell you, man, I'm walking like Walter White's son today because of that. Like my knees have gone completely.
Mm.
Anyway, sorry, we're talking about Deadpool and Wolverine. How did you find it?
Well, I went into the cinema and there was like a high spirit to begin with, and then that spirit you could feel it sort of ebbing and draining quite a bit. You know, people.
Where's
started
everyone else
sharing less,
doing?
and it I didn't really have
They're
that good a time.
slacking
It felt like
off.
the film kept getting in its own way and lurching from one tone to another, and it felt like it could never quite get out of third
Gotta
gear.
get out of here.
So it was kind of an odd feeling in the cinema. There's a lot of the you know, the sort of irreverent and the puerile mugging at the camera, which felt a little bit kind of like I wasn't all that much into it. As
I have a
used to be, you know?
feeling in about a month, maybe less time, could be 2 weeks, this film's going to get shredded by the internet.
Yeah,
At least
it
for
will.
now, it'll be okay, but give it time. It'll be like a lot of these sorts of films age really horribly. And for
Yeah.
one thing, the CG is already aged horrifically.
Yeah.
Do you remember the part where they jump out of the bus near the end of the
Oh
film?
yeah,
Oh yeah.
I couldn't take my eyes off Wolverine. I was like, what is that monstrosity
so
of CGI?
fake.
Holy
Didn't
shit.
look anything like Hugh Jackman. Yeah.
No.
So much screen time given to the Welsh Deadpool. He got like at least 20 seconds worth of.
I was
There's a
very
Scottish
happy
one
to
as
see
well.
him. But
Was there one? I did not.
Yeah,
see
there's
the
one in the
Scottish
kilt. He just
Ah,
shows up
that's
right near the
brilliant.
ends when what's his face shows up.
There's a lot
Right,
of these
okay.
guys.
That's
Uh,
good at least. I would have loved to have seen the Welsh one try to talk and just like
that felt like the most. If you had someone get him to that point, it's like just one line, make fun of the language. It's like the best opportunity ever. But yeah, I mean, pandering specifically to me with that one, you know, that's what they did that for, and I still didn't like the movie. So crazy.
Oof, they couldn't win you over.
Yeah, it's almost
They
like
did try.
the jokes can't save everything. They can't save the writing. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Kind of they didn't get too much into it, but I think they, you know, it's nice to hear that there are still people out there who are willing to criticize it properly and just not get sucked into the vortex of blatant comedy and references, cameos, and the so-called fun factor, which is just hilarious because I've noticed, it's something I just noticed that people always describe movies that are just bad and they say fun. This is a fun movie. What does that even mean? It's a fun movie. Are movies supposed to be fun? What does that even mean? Like, are you gonna? And then you realize, oh, it's the who's shooting at me now? Oh gosh, more people. What is this? Does this do anything? Nope. There we go. You guys aren't covering me for crap. You guys suck. There's more of them here. Anyway. Oh, that's a good guy. Ladies, get away. You're useless. Or not. Nice. Crap. Come on, he's right there. What was he saying? I was saying something about not everyone being just suckered in by the stupid references and meaningless jokes. So that's nice. I guess we just gotta go up because they just keep coming. I guess that's what we're supposed to do, which is good. Oh gosh, cover me, clowns. You guys said you were gonna cover me. Good. Search the tower for Escuela. Cool. So yeah, let's do now something else. Let's get to Nerdrotic. Let's see what he thought of it. No? But anything interesting is gonna come from him. I can confirm that he's gonna get into more spoilers than anyone else has. And my prediction for Nerdrotic is that he's going to use this as an opportunity to talk more about the film as a missed opportunity. Like he's going to use this as a good example. Oh, cool. Nice. Can this thing turn around though? Can I turn it around? Nope, I cannot. In that case, we are gonna cry. Okay, I'm on to it. He's probably in the last one. My prediction is he's gonna be very positive about the film, and he's gonna use it as an example that Disney is just insane to not make more of these types of movies because they're just not politics driven, and therefore it's good. It's not woke, therefore it's good. And I do like Nerdrotic. I like him a lot. Okay, we kind of are screwed now. Okay, so yeah, let's just watch this. But I still enjoy his perspective. Honestly, I really do. The worst thing in store for Wolverine is the Insomniac game. Okay, yeah, good.
Is the door to Iron Man totally closed? Because I don't believe it is.
Let me ask you the question. If I pick the jersey back up and put it on, wouldn't you feel a little bit like,
Here's what I prefer about like Nerdrotic over somebody like Critical Drinker. Even if I disagree with Nerdrotic, at least he still understands the bigger picture. So even if he's gonna say he liked Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm definitely going to disagree with him, but at least he's still going to be keeping the narrative around how Disney sucks. And Critical Drinker kind of did that, but Nerdrotic is really going to hone into it and make it. He's going to lead with that.
Here's
and not make excuses for or like ignore the nonsense, or maybe he will, but that's not the main point of his videos.
what I think. They go through a few semi-lackluster Avengers movies without you. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Here's the scene. There's a moment where the world's fate is at stake, and they realize they need a super genius. And then they figure out how to restart that time machine.
Great.
Come on.
Is that
The way people would freak out if you came back. Come on.
He's still alive? So yeah, Joe Rogan was right.
Nerdrotic.com.
For those who missed it for whatever reason, maybe I was just talking too much, but the idea here is that, he said, oh, they're going to bring you back in some way. Just watch, they're going to bring you back. They're going to bring you back, and because they're going to crank out a bunch of nonsense garbage. Who is this guy? That's him?
It's good to see you. I heard you was coming. You took your time, no? Come on, you're not gonna shoot your own brother, are you? We was family.
Yeah, we were. Then you and Dutch went crazy and family didn't mean so much.
So now you do the government's work.
And what do? You just work for a different government.
Come on, brother. I think we should go our separate ways, huh?
What you and Dutch did was wrong. And the way you left me was wrong. Now, I hate to judge, but as it turns out, it's you or me. The way I see it, might as well be you.
We thought you was dead, brother. I promise. I'm telling the truth. Besides, I can give you a bill. In Dutch. Dutch is in Colombia. I can take you straight to him.
If you left me to die, to save your own skin. And now, you expect me to care about you?
You got it all wrong, brother. I've always loved you. Even now.
Are you kidding me?
You won't get me alive, John!
We gotta get him. Let's focus on this for now. Where is he? Dude. Hawk tie him. Oh, kill him.
Too damn close!
What do you guys think we should do? Hold on, let's turn off Nerdrotic for now. What do you guys think we should do? I think I'm gonna hog tie him. I want answers from him. I want answers about Williamson and everything. So let's try to do that. Let's go. Let's get a shortcut. And let's watch our zoom meter for this. And let's see if we can get him here. Okay. Oh gosh, he didn't kill us. Why are you so slow?
Son of a bitch!
What is what I'm gonna do?
Come on! Come on!
There we go.
Whoa! Slow up! You don't have to... It's over, old friend. I got you now. I'm taking you in, my brother. I'll let the others judge you. Where's Bill?
There we
Where's
go.
Bill, you son of a bitch?
Can we kick
You
him?
think I won't kill you, brother?
He ain't here, brother.
I wanna kick
with
him.
agenda.
Come on, let me kick him.
It's a little late for revenge, John.
I ain't here to kill
But
you,
it's,
Javier.
but it's not late
This is
for
just
Red Dead
business.
Redemption. Okay, we got him anyway, so yeah, let's just take him. And let's watch the Nerdrotic video.
Abigail
Ride
wouldn't
faster,
want
Greg
this.
says.
Abigail would have killed you already.
Nerd
She always
Center.
thought you was a
How's
creep.
editing going, huh?
We're
How about you
going on a
edit
little
faster?
ride.
Huh? How about that, huh? So yeah, let's get
We was
into
family, brother.
Nerdrotic's video
You
on
and
this.
me.
Like Cain and Abel, I guess. Leaving each other for dead.
And instead of me explaining it to you, let's just watch it. See, I didn't want to like get too close to him. That's why.
Is the door to Iron Man totally closed? Because I don't believe it is.
Let me ask you the question.
I'm done for the
If
night. I
pick
think.
the jersey
No.
back up and put it on, wouldn't
Don't
you feel a
understand
little
what
bit like
happened. It wasn't like you thought it was.
Whatever you say,
How
old
hilarious is
friend.
that? Now that Robert Downey Jr. is back, isn't it hilarious? And obviously he's going to say, oh, I'm playing a different character now. It's still stupid, by the way. But we all know he's going to come back as Iron Man. Like, do you think Kevin Feige signed him on for $80 million? He had to give him $80 million just to have him come back as Doom? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Semi-lackluster Avengers movies without you. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Here's the scene. There's a moment where the world's fate is at stake and they realize they need a super genius. And then they figure out how to restart that time machine.
Great.
Come on.
Is that you?
The way people would freak out if you came back. Come on.
They freaked out, but not in the way they thought they would.
Greetings, you over 1 million Hellions and the 40% who haven't subscribed yet after Deadpool and Wolverine's Monster Weekend, which puts it on a trajectory to be the first movie produced by Disney Marvel to hit $1 billion since Endgame. This predictably has everyone asking, is the MCU back?
Again.
Let's, for now, answer that question with another question. Did Captain Marvel kill the MCU? No. It was just the writing on the wall. It was everything that followed.
Oh,
God. Get him?
WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, Black Widow, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, the Eternals, Hawkeye, were all a collective of
stuck.
diverse and inclusive failures. This losing streak was only broken up with Sony and Disney Marvel's release of Spider-Man No Way Home on December 17th
did
of
not.
2021.
It's been a very tough time for cinemas during the pandemic, with some chains being forced to close. But one film to have broken the mold
Financially,
is
yes.
Marvel's Spider-Man No Way Home. After surpassing $1 billion globally, it has become the highest-grossing film of 2021. What do you think?
So yeah, we get it.
Didn't that life we had mean nothing to you? Oh, you puto. Oh, one day, I promise you, you're gonna regret this.
One day's about all you got left.
I hope you and your wife and children rot in hell.
The heck?
You know that life we lived is over. And when we was living it, it didn't mean nothing anyway. It was just an excuse, and we all knew.
What I knew is that you was always a puto. And you're still a puto. Marston!
Keep repeating the same word.
The army sent reinforcements. Go. Yeah, go with your puto. We have to hold the fort down. Use one of the cannons.
Have to hold the fort. Uh-oh. Okay.
Its appeal is it just at this point in time we're desperate for a superhero to come and save the world?
There may be something about that, yes, and the fact that people want to have a bit of escapism.
After that much-needed W, Disney Marvel decided to grab defeat out of the jaws of victory and follow that monster release with Moon Knight and Doctor Strange Mom, Miss Marvel, Thor Love and Thunder, She-Hulk,
I
Attorney
chose the
at
wrong
Law,
one.
and the Black Panther sequel without Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
That is one big pile of shit.
And with all of that, a lot of astute fans knew what the powers that be that the MCU didn't. Things were about to
I'm
get
coming.
worse with Phase 5. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania was a massive flop. Then Disney Marvel finally got a win all on their own when James Gunn returned to do Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 right before he f***ed off to work for the competition. And Disney Marvel got right back to work squandering that
Those
success
bad
with the
guys?
release of Secret Invasion, Loki Season 2, and the biggest flop
I'll
in the
just
MCU's
assume
history,
yes.
The Marvels.
And that's another thing that we're quite excited for audiences to finally meet the Fleur Kittens.
What the f?
And to prove Kevin Feige and his crew completely went off the reservation, they decided to follow that up with Echo.
I can't hear you.
But despite all that, there was still a glimmer of hope due to an announcement brought on by the sea of garbage I had just recited to you. Hugh Jackman was coming back as Wolverine, and he was going to team up with Ryan Reynolds in a
Dang.
Deadpool 3, and it set the internet on fire.
Hey, Bub. You're in a movie theater, not the off room in your mom's nursing home.
All the trailers were well received. The marketing
Did he
has
escape?
been
Don't
perfect,
tell
and the
me he
release
escaped.
date has now passed. So, has the MCU been saved? That question will be answered in the spoiler section. The most important question is this the win Disney Marvel so desperately needs? Yes, kind of. So let's talk about the movie that, quite frankly, we should have gotten a long time ago, Deadpool and Wolverine. And let's not bury the lead here, considering the slop we've gotten over the last few years. It boggles the mind that it took this long and it was this hard to get Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman together playing the titular
Two
characters.
old friends
That's almost as
reunited.
bad
It is a beautiful thing.
as them taking 24 years to put Wolverine in his proper costume.
You actually go outside in these things? What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
Haha, very
Yes.
funny.
Yeah. When we first started this in
Mr.
1999.
Marston, fancy seeing you down here. I must say it's a pleasant surprise to see you.
You've done well, Mr. Marston. Now, Javier here gets to see how far the hand of justice can reach. Come on, you. Get in the damn automobile.
Can we assume one of my commitments is cleared?
Unfortunately, nothing is cleared, John, until your obligations are met. We need you to find Williamson, then head to Blackwater as quick as you can. We have reason to believe that Dutch Vanderland is in the area.
Oh, your wife sends her regards.
Nice. Sons of Mexico. Mexico. Nice. I saw like a great Reddit thread on, I know, crazy thing to say, but I saw a great Reddit thread on the topic of not Mario, but something else, of DeSanto. Remember how we killed him last time? And I can't find it now. I'm trying to find it, but I
It
can't
was
find
like,
it.
oh, we can't have Technicolor. And so everyone was in black leather, basically. And in some part of my brain, I think, was a little institutionalized that, oh, that's the way it is. And then gradually watching the Marvel movies, I'm like, oh, yeah, this actually looks really cool. That looks great. And as soon as I put it on, I can't believe I never
That's the
had it on
best.
before.
Directly following the events of Deadpool 2's mid-credits scene, Wade Wilson uses Cable's time-traveling device to go from Earth 10005 to Earth 616, which is now designated as the Sacred Timeline, which was actually the timeline for Marvel Comics, where the MCU's timeline was formerly known as 199999. Now, considering Disney Marvel Comics is 1,000 times more screwed up than the MCU, at this point I don't think it matters. Anyway, Wade does this to meet with Happy Hogan because he wants to join the Avengers, where he is
I'm outta here.
rejected. 6 years later, Wilson is retired from being Deadpool, he's become a car salesman, he's broken up with Vanessa, and Dopinder has lost his accent. During his
Really?
birthday party, the TVA, or the Time Variance Authority,
Because that was too
for those of you
racist
who
for
didn't
Marvel?
watch Loki season 1 and 2, which was a lot of you, abducts Wilson and brings him to a Mr. Paradox, who offers
Honestly,
him a place on Earth 616.
I don't care about the specifics. Let's skip to the spoilers.
Know this? In the film, they call it a MacGuffin. This is why Deadpool steals the temp pad, because he's got 72 hours to save his universe, and when he starts searching for Wolverines, it's absolutely brilliant. We get the cover of Uncanny X-Men 251. We get Age of Apocalypse Wolverine.
Hold on. Let's see this. How did this end up looking like in the movie?
Know this? In the film, they call it a MacGuffin. This is why Deadpool steals the temp pad, because he's got 72 hours to save his universe, and when he starts searching for Wolverines, it's absolutely brilliant. We get the cover of Uncanny X-Men
Oh dang.
251. We get Age of Apocalypse Wolverine.
Looks awful.
Patch, comic book accurate Wolverine, which
It's not funny. Every single time they do this, it pisses me off. Comic book accurate Wolverine. They make him look like the dumbest version ever. They did this with Hawkeye. They did this with Thor. They do it all the time. Hey, you wouldn't want comic book accuracy. Look how ridiculous it looks. Well, that's not how Hawkeye's suit is supposed to look like. What if you actually tailored it to him? What if you actually made Thor's outfit look like an actual costume made of armor, instead an actual armor piece, instead of it being just made of rubber, or it looks like it's made of rubber? What if you made Wolverine scruffier? What if you made him also wider and bigger and more caveman-like, instead of just making him a miniature version of Hugh Jackman? Like, that's no way to actually do these versions justice, and yet they will do it and they will always play it up as a joke. They will always play it up as a joke, and then people will then use that as an example that, oh, comic accuracy isn't always good. Seriously? I can turn anything into a joke of itself. That's what's called a parody. We're parodying the original characters and the original work, even though you've never tried to do it the way it should have been done. Try to modernize it a bit, make it look more acceptable for audiences, but instead of making it more accurate over time, you actually go in the opposite direction. Well, at least for the classic characters, you take away their arch villains. Mandarin. Who else was there? There was a different recent example. But yeah, you take away their arch villains, you take away the Hulk villains away from Hulk, and you give them to Captain America or Black Falcon. And we find ourselves in these situations all the time. And then if you give anyone a comics accurate outfit, it's for these newer versions of Lady Thor, for She Thor or Female Thor, or Jane Foster Thor. You gave her a accurate comic book outfit. You even gave her a helmet, but that didn't apply to Thor. You just gave him a stupid golden outfit. Same for Kate Bishop. You gave her her somewhat comic book accurate outfit. Not the case with Hawkeye, Clint Barton. Again, this is low effort. This is purposefully done to make fun of it, not to actually appreciate it or to create a proper, respectful version.
Which was hilarious. John Byrne's Wolverine in the brown costume about to fight the Hulk, and Henry Cavill as Wolverine, or Cavalrine. There's also a comic book accurate Old Man Logan, and I hope Mark Miller, who I will continue to call Mark Millar, gets his residuals from this film. Eventually, Deadpool finds his Logan, and it just so happens to be the worst Wolverine that ever existed. In a brief but well-acted exposition scene, we find out Logan was out drinking and the humans came and killed all the X-Men, and in turn, Logan went on a killing spree that turned humanity against mutants. And then Mr. Paradox...
Okay, so that's the background, okay? They had a comic Thor helmet in the background of the Wastelands. See, like, just give it to Thor. We've seen it at the beginning of Thor 1, and that looked pretty great. Why didn't he keep wearing that thing? Well, Far Cry Lego, we know that he is not playing the actual Tony, because they said it themselves that he's going to be playing Victor Von Doom. So, and the real Doom is Mads Mikkelsen. Oh, so you think that's going to be a reveal? Okay. Viva la revolución. What are you guys doing? Calm down.
Escuchen la melodía de mis tiros. Otra vez.
Dang.
Welcome to Mexico.
This is your
My brothers
revolution.
and I are just discussing the future of our country.
Okay, let this man go. And who are you, gringo?
Or not.
I'm no one. But unless you want this town to tear you and your boys to shreds, I suggest you let him go. And you think you could tell me what to do, friend?
Oh, you should listen to him, friend.
Look at that. You want to risk it?
The American is a drunk.
They allowed me to take out the gun. Okay.
If I were you, I would pull that trigger.
Put the gun down, Americano.
Ya, mátalo.
¡Déjenme, hombre!
¡Mierda! ¡Ay, Dios
Damn. What was she even thinking?
Santa Maria.
So you want to settle this now, friend?
He could have shot him.
You want me to shoot you in the head right now for that poor girl? Okay,
I'm talking about the villain. He could have shot John.
like men, not like dogs.
Okay, we're doing it now, I guess. See, I think like this story has a lot of issues. Easy. It's over. Can they just shoot out his gun? Is that it too?
Thanks, my brother. Now
You're
the
welcome.
people are finally ready.
Proves
Today
both
we
Deadpool
overthrow
and the
the
worst Wolverine, and they are sent to the void where we spend the vast majority of this film. What's the Void, you ask, because you haven't seen Loki season 1 and 2? Well, when Kang mattered, it's where variants were pruned to go and basically die. The Void is essentially ruled by Charles Xavier's twin
I don't have
sister,
to, right?
Cassandra Nova, who was pruned at a very early age because she was so scary powerful, which sounds similar to what happened to female Loki in the Loki series you didn't watch. Her base of operations is the corpse of Ant-Man as Giant Man, and she has a deal with the TVA to do what the hell she wants in the Void as long as she doesn't come back to the sacred timeline. And I have to admit, Emma Corrin did a pretty good job with this character. This brings us to all the cameos, starting with Chris Evans. And this is one we were expecting. I love the fake out. We think it's Captain America, but it turns into the Human Torch, and it worked. Or did it? He uses his powers against the one character he shouldn't, Pyro, played by Aaron Stanford from 12 Monkeys. Then he gets skinned
But the Human Torch can take him easily. Oh, this again? This again? Okay.
alive by Cassandra Nova.
Are you kidding me? That looks even dumber than I thought. What if I shoot his gun? What do you guys think? Let's try that. There we go. Okay, your gun. Okay, I guess we can't do that. Okay, fine, whatever.
Similar to what happened to female Loki in the Loki series you didn't watch. Her base of operations is the corpse of Ant-Man as Giant Man, and she has a deal with the TVA to do what the hell she wants in the Void as long as she doesn't come back to the sacred timeline. And I have to admit, Emma Corrin did a pretty good job with this character. This brings us to all the cameos, starting with Chris Evans. And this is one we were expecting. I love the fake out. We think it's Captain America, but it turns into the Human Torch, and it worked. Or did it? He
That looks
uses
so
his powers
stupid. Oh
against
my
the one
gosh,
character
the visual
he
effects on
shouldn't,
that.
Pyro, played by Aaron Stanford from 12 Monkeys. Then he gets skinned alive by Cassandra Nova. Leading some to ask, isn't that just like what happened to Mr. Fantastic and Doctor Strange Mom? I would say Doctor Strange Mom wasn't supposed to be a parody, and Deadpool and Wolverine is. There were a lot.
Oh, come on. That's your reasoning? It's a parody, therefore it's okay to crap all over your favorite heroes? Give me a break with that reasoning. Give me a break. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's just stupid. I'm sorry, nerd erotic. Gary, that's just an awful take. So bad. This looks so bad. Yeah, it looks awful. I might skip it now. Steven to Nerd, oh wait, Nerd Center says, oh wait, hold on. There's more. And the real Doom is Matt Nicholson, says Far Cry Lego, and then Nerd Center says they had a comic. Oh, I read that one. Mood Cap. They also gave Captain Black Falcon an accurate costume. Yeah, they did. Nerd Center. Missed opportunity with not using the scenario from Old Man Logan with Mysterio tricking Logan into killing the X-Men. Honestly, I'd just be done with that by now. I didn't like that part. I'm not a fan of Mark Miller. Another guy who just made comic books for the worse. And then Steven says that would have been better than him drinking so the humans killed the mutants. WTF, that's dumb. And then Far Cry Lego responds to Steven's reconsideration by saying good.
Of returning X-Men, mostly in the background, and some of them were actually played by the actors who originally played them in the films, like Ray Park as Toad and Tyler Mane as Sabretooth. By the way, that big fight ended up being a Furiosa gag, which we'll get to in just a moment.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
But then characters like the Juggernaut from X-Men 3 wasn't. Where the hell was Vinnie Jones? By the way, he was great in The Gentleman.
I just got asked to do Deadpool, the new one that's coming out now, and I spoke to the director and I just said, it's such a drama putting that suit on. You know, mentally and physically. I mean, it had its mental toll. We couldn't strike the deal for Deadpool.
You can let me out of here. I need a pee.
But the big ones were Daphne Keane as X-23, Jennifer Garner as Elektra, Channing Tatum as Gambit, which
That
was
was just
fun
awful.
to see, but now I completely understand why they never made a movie with them, and it proves that Taylor Kitsch was a better Remy LeBeau. But the one that had me hollering in a...
Yeah, I saw a clip of it. It was just awful accent. Anyway, what's he gonna get to now? I'm gonna skip this part now.
bringing in body positivity time cop girl boss from Loki to
She's
clean
back.
everything up was just cringe. Just a quick reminder that Kang determined everything that happened in the MCU because no one had free will up to Loki season 1, and this is a constant reminder of it. Yes, there were a lot of jokes aimed at Marvel, including...
Welcome to the MCU, by the way. You're joining at a bit of a low point.
Can we just be done?
Oh, we're just getting started.
No. With the whole multiverse thing. It's not great. It's just been miss
Dang.
after miss after miss.
Which is great, but instead of getting rid of it, which Marvel should, they lean into it
Oh,
more.
the camera.
For example, right
Camera,
on the heels
help.
of Hugh Jackman returning to the role of Wolverine, it was just announced at Comic-Con that Robert Downey Jr. is returning to play Doctor Doom. It was certainly mostly well received and broke the internet, but what does this do for longevity?
Well
This led to
received?
someone on Twitter pointing out that both Tony Stark and Logan's death
He had like mixed reactions. What are you talking about, Gary? What's up with you in this video?
are now meaningless. And our good friend Quarterback Garrett responded, "This is true, but that is how comic books go. As the film points out, you don't kill off anchor characters. You can't pass the mantle. Don't
Oh.
reboot, recast."
Is that what they said? Anchor characters? Is that what Mahler was referring to? Oof.
Accurately. Speaking of which, as far as Deadpool and Wolverine is concerned, if an anchor character dies of natural causes, does their universe die off too? Anyway, I did overall
Seriously,
enjoy Deadpool.
that's a thing now? See, they're adding more multiverse rules that make no sense. Anchor characters. Are you kidding me? That's so ridiculous.
And Wolverine. It is meant to be watched in a packed, enthusiastic theater. A fun movie with the message of meaning and redemption that gets mostly lost in the gobbledygook of a
That's what kind of Superman was in the Doomsday Clock storyline. He was the ultimate anchor character.
paper-thin story and a lot of cameos. In a movie that felt rushed, maybe one of the 6 screenwriters
Shoot the logs to set the prisoners out.
should have taken another
What if I don't want to? You guys are just gonna destroy the whole place.
year and they would have gotten the
Savages.
home run they were hoping for. Instead,
Game's gonna
it's
make
just
me
a
anyway.
win, which they need. Unfortunately, they're following this with Agatha All Along, which didn't get a mention at the Hall H panel at Comic-Con. And after that, we get Captain African American and the Thunderbolts. And I saw trailers for those at Comic-Con, and they both look awful. And it's 2 years until we see the Russo brothers return with 2 Avengers films, Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. Add the return of Hugh Jackman and Robert Downey Jr., and that is Disney Marvel both being completely desperate and admitting failure. Now in Deadpool and Wolverine, there's a Furiosa gag.
Behold, the head of your precious queen, Furiosa!
Which I think Tinseltown can learn a lesson from. Furiosa was a good movie that flopped. Deadpool and Wolverine is a pretty good movie that's going to be the biggest hit of the year. What's the difference? You cracked the code, Kevin Feige. You put immensely popular actors who embody their characters in their proper comic book costumes, and everybody showed up. And the one thing Deadpool and Wolverine does prove is Hollywood is stupid.
Steven says, for anyone who doesn't know, Vinnie Jones was a footballer, soccer player, who played for Wimbledon, known for being violent. His whole acting career is built off of him being a hard man. Okay, yeah, that's some context for sure. The non-comic fans who says the deaths are meaningless are right, even though comic books keep bringing people back. Yeah, I mean, and it sucks. I hate it whenever that happens. Nerd Center. Wolverine was the anchor character for Deadpool's universe, and when he died, his universe has dying. I assume you were trying to say was dying. That's stupid. That's just dumb. Why? Why? Steven, also expect Tobey Maguire to be the main Spider-Man in the Secret Wars thing. Far Cry Lego, yeah, he was still alive, yet he was still alive in 2020-24. And then Nerd Center says, true, didn't even think about that. Far Cry Lego says the timeline is a mess. So Hosky asked about some plot holes. Well, there's another one here that Far Cry Lego just mentioned. Steven, Superman being the anchor character in Doomsday Clock was at least a decent tribute to Superman, similar to Generations, Shattered, and Forged being a Batman tribute. Story-wise, it's meh. I agree. I think I do appreciate its appreciation of Superman, but everything else, it sucked, definitely. I mean, why are you going to include the Watchmen characters in this? Far Cry Lego says we see him go back to MCU in 2018, where we see Iron Man's arc re-enter or re-enter from where he died in Endgame, which takes place 6 years later. Not sure I understood that, but oh well.
If you like what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe.
And that's that. Okay. And I think now we can move on to the final topic of the day. And originally I wanted to, moving on to Captain America 4. And for this one, I was thinking we should maybe just watch the trailer. But since we're kind of, oh, I forgot one more thing. But since we're going to get to Captain America 4, so let me just finish my thought. Since I figured, okay, well, we kind of want to do this stream a bit faster, we're going to skip that and we're going to go straight to the reactions of the shills. That's right. Mr. Grizzy. It wouldn't be a stream of mine if we didn't have Mr. Grizzy on here. But before that, we're going to do a viewer requested reaction. So this one is for you, Father, I know.
There are no sacred.
You wanted me to react to this badly last time, and I'm like, I don't want to react to this. I don't care about this. But we'll see. And you know what? It's 4 minutes long. Jeez. Okay. Let's see what this is about. Let's give it some time. I really don't think I'm gonna have anything to say here.
Laws, no divine rules.
I'm not a fan of Mortal Kombat.
I hold the power, and I choose to bless all beings.
See, like, I don't even know who this character is. At this point, I'm, like, so checked out.
Everywhere with anarchy.
This new Havoc is different from ours. He doesn't want
Flip it.
freedom. He wants to burn everything down.
Burn everything
Let
down?
real warriors handle this.
A lady warrior. Ooh. A lady warrior, nice. So what is this even? I don't even know what this is. Havoc.
My will is unbreakable.
A lot of female characters so far. Is that what I'm supposed to react to? Far Cry Lego says, ah yes, gender swap Skeeter. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Skeeter, Skeletor, and Cyrex.
The future is chaos. All must embrace it.
You sound like Bihan.
You sound like Jihad.
What did Havoc do to you?
Perfected me.
I am so out of the loop on this. And who can forget the BS multiverse? Did you hear her voice? Was that her voice?
This will be amusing.
Very soft. So there's a multiverse in this now, of course.
Will the threats from these titans never cease? Tell me, how do we escape this crisis?
I have literally nothing to say here.
It disgusts me how you've corrupted the Lin Kuei.
Make no mistake, we are here because of your
Other than, like, okay, I guess, like, the gender swaps suck. Like, obviously. But it's like, I have no idea what's happening.
There will be blood.
So stupid. Plus, like, Mortal Kombat 1, wasn't that supposed to be a reboot? I don't even know what's happening anymore. Guess how much this is, by the way. It's probably like $30. Is this, but what, I don't even know what this is for. Is this like a new story? It was kinda. No. You like scary movies? Oh, bro. Okay. It's a pretty cool playable character. Conan, okay. It's story DLC. It says Far Cry Lego. What else? What is the sound? More blood and guts. More monkeys. Monkey. Big monkey. And more guts and explosions. What else is happening here? More fatalities, I assume. Boring. I have nothing to say here. I literally have nothing to say here. Other than, yeah, gender swaps. Bad. For £50, how much is that? In dollars. Animatic. Animations. Okay. Well, I probably disappointed you with that, but I literally told you I would have nothing to say for this. Like, literally nothing. Okay. Like, yeah. I warned you, like, I have nothing to say about this other than I am not a Mortal Kombat guy, and I probably disappointed you. Around $90. Okay. Anyway, let's get to the shills reacting to Captain America Brave New World, which is just an amazing subtitle if you ask me. That's not it. And
Captain America Brave New World needs to be about go woke or go broke. Like, it needs to be about everybody being like, I don't want a black Captain America.
Don't worry, it is. That's what the show was about, and that's what the movie's going to be about, and that's what Across the Spider-Verse was. So don't worry. Don't worry, it's going to be that. I guarantee you.
I don't like this guy. He's not Steve Rogers.
You may be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers.
Isn't that hilarious? They're using that line. Again, Ross, who hates Sam Wilson in this because he's a villain, he wouldn't say, oh, you may be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers. He would have said, you're just not Captain America, period. That would have gotten to him, not anything else. But again, even the villains have to reaffirm the minority's identity. Even the villains have to fit into this cookie cutter reality of theirs. It's so beyond parody at this point. That's how they write them. That's how they write the villains. Even they have to agree and subscribe to the narrative that they have set up for these heroes, or imposters, really. It's going to be a dumpster fire since they made it without a script. Are you talking about Mortal Kombat 1 DLC or this movie?
This is gonna be bad. Coming to cinemas this February, Sam Wilson.
You've got to do better, Senator.
Or should I say, Soy Wilson?
You've got to step up.
A true American patriot.
You have to stop calling them terrorists.
He's such a bad leading actor. I'm sorry. I wanted to like Anthony Mackie. I think he's a pretty charismatic guy, but in the movies, as a leading man, he does some weird stuff with his face all the time. And I never understand why. He is just difficult to watch, extremely awkward, tiny, like, body build for Captain America. He looks tiny compared to Steve Rogers. And just awkward posture. Everything about him is just awkward. The faces he makes are ridiculous. Dude, hide. How did I die? Did I get a headshot? I had so much more health left.
he's better than Steve Rogers.
Yikes.
Sam Wilson, I think, has so far in his series, I think, shown like a compassion and, you know, leadership qualities that Steve Rogers did not possess.
What a dumb fucking whore.
So he's gonna take a trailer approach for this?
Who's that?
More screaming.
Oh! Is that Isaiah? Oh, shit!
Oh, Carl.
Remember,
Carl.
I mean, they took out this, I haven't seen this playing in the theaters yet, but I was told that they took out the scene. Wow, these guys are getting pummeled. My guys, of course. Who is this guy who is shooting us all? Hey, no, hide! What are you doing? Buddy boy? Oh, that's what got me. Whoa, did they just push me out of here? What's going on? Oh, dang, that's a lot of them. They cut out the scene where Isaiah kills a bunch, shoots the President Ross apparently now. Oh, I'm not close enough, I guess. But I think they're gonna keep it in the movie, actually. I do think they're gonna keep it in the movie. It's just something that they did for the trailer.
Oh no! Somebody's taking over
God,
Isaiah Bradley?
what?
No!
I'm getting fucking goosebumps. Holy shit.
You're so
Honest
bad.
to God, how did I let the guy who runs this channel talk me into doing the commentary for this video? It's like watching a bunch of retards compete to see who's the biggest retard.
But I'm excited for it. I did like Falcon Winter Soldier.
It looks more grounded and kind of like what we want, but that's also what we said about Falcon and Winter Soldier when that came out.
And that was good.
Yeah, it was all right.
It was good.
What a stupid bitch! It's a trap.
Whoa! You may be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers.
Triggered.
But you're not Steve Rogers.
Oh, F you, man.
Whoa! Independence Day.
Fuck off.
I'm not.
Man, those wings! Those wings!
Oh. Yeah, get those wing bats.
Woo! The wings, baby!
That's our Captain America!
No, it's not.
Sam Wilson, baby, let's go!
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Salute!
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Oh god.
Shillgasms incoming.
The fact that this movie was reshot like 15 different times. Just so much. Ooh. How is it? Oh no! Armin, cringe. Instant cringe. The fact that they constantly find ways to make fun of Alex Jones, and I'm not saying about Mr. Grizzly, I don't think he is. He's doing the opposite. But it's like they mock Alex Jones for making stupid noises, and he does them for comedic effect. But then they're the ones who actually make noises like this and act stupid, unironically. And they do it to make money off of these videos, and it's pathetic. It's pathetic. They're so hungry for views, and they want all the attention. That's why they just overreact to everything. Around $90, same price as the main game. It's gonna be a dumpster fire. Wait, the game costs $90? That's a hate crime. Since they made it without a script, no Captain America 4. since I seen the leaks, they made this film without a finished script. Well, the first Iron Man film was made also without a finished script. But obviously, we live in different times, and after the post Iron Man world, once you have your things figured out, you should probably have your script ready. This film is dead on arrival. It needs to make 800 million to break even. I think it needs to even make a billion, honestly. But I think Anthony Mackie is hoping for at least 700 to prove that he can carry the franchise. And I don't think it will. I don't think it will. Hopefully it doesn't, because I'm going to be very upset with people if it does. Oh, wow. Thanks for the Gatling gun, I guess. Oh no, he's here too.
What a bitch.
God. Disgusting fat titties bouncing up and down.
Oh! Oh, it's confirmed! Ooh! Ooh! Oh, it's confirmed!
You people are so fucking weird.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wow. Now that's how you kind of calm down people's concerns
going on?
about the numerous reshoots on your movie. You release a hell of a teaser
Come on.
trailer like that.
No, we're on.
Full of shit, are you?
Make that movie
I can't even shoot him
about
behind this.
the way that people react to people of color being cast in things.
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert, class!
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.
Yeah, just awful. And that was that clip. Now, let's
Red Hulk. Did you see that at the end? Did
yeah,
you
this
see
this one was published by Marvel. Let's see what he's gonna say. The actors at Comic-Con. Here's what they're gonna try to do here. It's very desperate, spoiler alert.
Were they able to see that? Okay, that's everyone's seen that. Okay, oh my god, I just panicked.
If you saw Deadpool and Wolverine, remember that feeling? Remember that excitement? Remember when you left the movie theaters and you went home and you tried to do karate in the mirror? Remember that sweat that was running down your...
So he's trying to make it about Deadpool and Wolverine. And if you like that movie, you're going to like this one, is what he's trying to say. He's trying to get you to think that it's going to be the same movie. And I'm not surprised. Both of them are probably going to be awful. To be 100% honest with you, they're going to be awful, but... Ooh, these guys are just standing out here. No wonder they're getting shot. Nice. That guy shot him, but he still failed. And we can join Reyes. Nice. We're just being insanely... We're like helping out with a revolution. We're doing some dirty stuff for people. John Marston, like, who are you? Like, I still don't understand who you are on the inside. Are you a family man, as you seem to be? Are you really done with your days as a scoundrel? Doesn't seem like it, honestly. And yet you tell us that you are different. I'm waiting for this game to really kind of kick into high gear, if you know what I mean. So yeah, they're trying to create this association with Deadpool and Wolverine. Because let's face it, people like that movie. Most people enjoy the film. So they're going to try to make these connections and make you think that this is going to be the same thing. And I don't think that a lot of people will buy it. I did see people on Instagram call him out and say, well, you can't compare yourself to Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, which is hilarious because Instagram Reels they're always acting savage in the comments, which is a meme at this point, I think. Like YouTube Shorts versus Instagram Reels. Hilarious.
Back when you were like, oh my God, this is so good. Imagine that with me.
This movie is different than all the others. You know, it's really about rebuilding. Our
So
world
it's-
is in that place right now.
I love this part because he's like, oh, it's going to be exactly like Wolverine and Deadpool. And then you have him here Esposito saying, "Oh, it's unlike anything you've seen before." Pickle Lane. Pickle Lane.
It has really twists and turns that are so entertaining that you wouldn't expect.
Wow. By the
It's
way,
a mixture of
how many times have we heard this, by the way? Finally, we get to use a Gatling gun. Good. And it's in a good spot. Nice. Unlimited ammo. Let's go. How many times have we heard this one is different? We've heard this about the Marvels. We've heard this about probably Thor Love and the Thunder. We've heard this about the Eternals. Every single one is the same. You're not that different. Stop trying to be. And again, this is the same studio that told you that this is going to go back to the Winter Soldier roots. So they want you to think, oh, it's like the Winter Soldier. Oh, it's going to be like Deadpool and Wolverine. But in reality, it's going to be more of garbage. It's going to be more Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
of politics. It's a mixture of action. It's a mixture of saving the world in a certain way. And it also reflects that we're all superheroes, so get out there and be a superhero. Good seats are still available.
This is the first time I've actually laughed at Harrison Ford during an interview where he's kind of grouchy. Good seats are still available. That was actually a good singer. I mean, hey. Because usually he's kind of like complaining about fans and people wondering about this stuff and who want to kind of like get his input on this. What's going on here?
Go then. I'll cover you.
He's running away. Okay. But here he's just kind of like not only making fun of this movie, but also just, making an actually funny joke. I see Steven is talking about Mortal Kombat, which is good. That at least some of you know what this is about. Looks terrible character design. Girl boss blaming Liu Kang. I'm not even a big Mortal Kombat fan either. Now catching up, by the way. Moodcap says Liu Kang did nothing wrong. It's more of that, blaming the male characters, I guess. For the past, for the sins of the past. Steven says hasn't been solely responsible for mixing Mortal Kombat's mess every single time. Oh, he's been always blamed for that. Fixing Mortal Kombat's timeline mess. Far Cry Lego, he was the one who made the new timeline at the end of MK11. Moodcap, I should have specified pre-2011 Liu Kang. Steven says I need to learn to code and draw faster so I can start making games and hopefully buy some of those franchises. Learn to code and, I don't know, take over everything. And, yeah. Alright, let's get this final clip from Captain Black Falcon, and it's basically the cast members giving interviews. And let's see what they say about this movie. I think it's, they're going to share some interesting stuff here.
Hey everyone, Jared Hall in the Entertainment Weekly Comic-Con 2024 studio with the cast right now of Captain America Brave New World. Coming straight off that big Marvel panel tonight.
So we got Williamson here.
Saturday night panel in college is always the one that everyone wants to be in.
Vámonos! Date prisa, cabrón!
To the horses, compadre! We cannot let them get away!
Carlo Esposito.
Give up,
Esposito, oh no.
I already got a squealer! It's bad!
Call them Esposo or whatever.
I'd like to start with you. No big deal, no big deal. But I want to start with you because you are Sidewinder
If you said Liu Kang pre-MK9, then yep, he did nothing wrong.
King of
Says Far Cry
Society.
Lego.
And a few years ago, we were
This is the last
teased
one,
that
by the
there
way.
would
The
be a
last
Serpent
video.
Society film, but then we were like, oh, this is all a fake out. But it is actually official. It is really happening. So what kind of new flavor, new elements will this guy bring to the MCU as we know it?
That's such a great question. You know, I think there's such great creative minds in the MCU that have decided to go back in the great cycle of comics to create Seth Volker and the Serpent Society. I like it because he's a complicated guy who didn't start in.
They're going back to the Serpent Society thing. That was actually going to be the original idea behind the 20 that was supposed to be Captain America 3, by the way. So they're going back to that, a Steve Rogers thing, okay? Although Falcon has also fought against them, of course. But look at the other guys. The leader's going to be in this film, another Hulk villain. There's 2 Hulk villains in here. And this guy, he's playing like somebody called George Washington, which okay, not the president, okay, but there's a Marvel character with that name, and he's going to be playing him. We don't know exactly who he is. I don't know. Is he a Captain America villain? I don't think he is. So they made him one. Okay, sure. I think they just kind of added Esposito last minute into this film. And so now you have him, and he's already getting featured as like a very important actor, even though he's only in a few scenes, really. That's really it.
And he came to this, you know, in a different way, which hopefully will unfold.
Which
I
one
like
is
it for me because you've
Williamson?
seen me play certain villainous characters who use their brain,
I don't wanna
who
kill-
are great at dictating what to do and how to do it.
Yeah.
And I like Sidewinder because he does it. He's a physical guy, and he's got to, you know, go toe to toe.
Ah, we're gonna
with his
die.
physicality, and he knows how to use the tools of his trade. So he's someone who plays against some of the things in the comic that you may think could be true.
All right.
You liked that, didn't you?
Great
Whatever,
description
we'll
and a-
just shoot them.
And a nice tease all at the same time there.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna answer it.
Right, he nailed that. You should hire
I think
him.
it's the guy on
Anthony with you know.
on the left.
No, it's all you. It's all you. I gotta get in Captain America. The title. Yeah. But you know- hold it.
I got you.
Past Captain America movies have played such a big role in reshaping the MCU, and I'm wondering how this one will also do that.
Well, I think Brave New World is a great title for this film, just simply because it's a new beginning. It's a foundation on which Marvel will build the universe on now. And I think not only this character, but all the characters that surround him are new foundation building blocks for us to utilize to move on through the universe in the near future.
Okay. See, you followed that just fine. You did just fine there.
Work for all of us.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Harrison, we were talking about fake outs, and
Dang, this is
there was
hard to
an
aim
interview
now.
You gave, I think it was last year at some time, and
They don't
someone
let me
asked
do
about
the
Red
dead
Hulk, and
eye
you said,
now.
What's Red Hulk?
For whatever
and
reason.
I'm curious, was that also a fake out? Did you know at that point who and what you would be playing, and the lore surrounding this character?
I couldn't do that
No,
eye.
thank you very much. That's how dumb I am.
No, I mean, but at that point you didn't know.
No, but I didn't know. I was in on it. You know, yes, I did know, and I thought it was a fabulous secret to keep.
Ruffalo's Hulk was so soy that he lost all of his villains. So true, Steven. So true. Who TF is the most of this cast for Captain America? Steven, I'll watch Secret Wars if they throw away Ruffalo and bring in Norton's Hulk, solely because it justifies me saying Norton was better because they turned Ruffalo into more of a joke with each film. Yeah, you're right. I don't know if that would bring me back, but I agree with what you're saying. And I would say that, yeah, that would honestly even excite me almost, but I think but the condition is that he would have to be in there as a replacement, or like somebody that's actually going to, like they're going, Get up, you stupid monkey. He has to actually be the main Hulk of the film. At the same time, it's going to be multiverse nonsense, so it's still going to be bad. But at least it's going to be, I don't know, more enjoyable to watch. Jump. Where are they? Did we lose them? I think we did.
Unfortunately, Secret's out of the bag.
It is.
I agree, he is the best Hulk.
But what I do not know is what the Red Hulk leads to, which is very interesting to me.
That is a brave new world.
Well,
We got a shortcut, nice.
Don't do that. As usual, it's all about him. And you know what? He's right. It is all about him, right?
Okay, now we got the other guy.
Good.
I'm just happy to be here. It's a fearless leader.
I'm just happy to be here.
Me too.
But you kept that secret. You still don't know perhaps the end game for this character. But what were you excited to find out along the way in terms of like just what got you excited to play a character like this? We've not seen you in a role like this.
What I was excited to do was to work
Why
with
is
these
he-
other actors and to make scenes that had complexity and drama and humor. And these guys all do that really well. And I had the best time. It's you know, I had seen other actors in the Marvel universe, well respected,
Calm down.
really good actors, have a really good time.
Does he want to get killed?
Some of that.
Yeah, get in on it.
I want me some of that. And I got some.
Yeah.
You got the money, you got the
Get him while the
bag.
getting's good. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, and I mean, Tim knows a little something about that, having played Samuel Stearns 16 years ago. I think kind of fair to say the character was never fully
Stop.
realized. So when they came back to you this time,
Stop.
did you have a lot of questions about, well, where are we going to take this guy? What's going to be the trajectory?
I had only one
Was that
request,
his
which
horse?
was that, we realized the character practically, and they were willing to do that. Of course, if they'd said no, I still would have done it. But I wanted really
Basically,
to,
you're jobless. Just say so.
have the look and the weight of the character and
Fine, if they
look
want
in
us
the
to kill
mirror
him.
and see the deformation of the character, and have the other actors experience that.
Oh, he's inside? Okay.
And then also,
Shut up, dummy, and get out of the wagon. Put it there. I'm coming out. Don't shoot.
He's coming out, guys.
Take Williamson. Just let me live. I will leave the country, I promise.
Oh, he's coming with
You
me.
always was weak-minded. You're the one who let Dutch drive you insane. Dutch wanted you dead. We all did.
I don't want to kill him. I'm gonna bring him back. Oh, damn. He killed him. I didn't do it.
Allende is dead. Mexico is mine.
Well, okay then.
was convinced he would never.
Harrison is here straight up for the money interview. Seems like he doesn't have confidence in the film. 100%.
Thanks to you, Joe.
And to the people who laid down their lives. People like Louisa.
Oh, yes. She was very brave, and she will be missed. Who was she again?
Your peasant girl wife to be?
Oh, yes, of course. She will have a day named after her. Laura's Day.
Louisa.
What? Oh, yes, I know Laura as well. Magnificent girl. Like riding a pompous bull it was, amigo. You never saw anything like it. Anyway, enough about sport. Let's get back to politics. I trust you will join us in riding on the Capitol.
I'd love to, but with Williamson dead, my jailers need me back in Blackwater.
Hey, ¿qué hacen? Levántense. Well, I must say, I'll miss you, John Marston.
I doubt you'll even remember me, Abraham, but it's been an experience. Good luck with the revolution. If you win power, remember why you wanted it.
Well, travel safely, amigo.
Vámonos. There we go. Let's see if we have any more missions in this. G. What's G? No more fancy words.
Come back, but it was 16 years
Oh, what the heck? Who's doing this? What for? What the heck? Calm down. Okay, sorry. The heck? You're just happy to have the paycheck, yeah. Why did he attack me? What the heck is going on? Go, 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 go. Keep running. Stupid horse.
Through that, and I was just able to absorb that. Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Keep going.
As you right.
Yeah,
As you
you're gonna hold
process
there.
are coming
Anything
out.
else you
It
wanna
happens.
say, Danny?
To absorb it all.
No,
And,
just move on.
I'm happy to be here.
Indeed.
Let's see.
Full circle. Bring it back around. Happy to be here.
Where's the G?
Anthony, as we understand it, lots of actors from The Incredible Hulk will be worked in here, but I'm actually curious how
Was the
significant
G
are
here
the events
and we
of
just
that
ruined it?
film here.
The Incredible Hulk?
Yeah, with those folks.
It's a different movie. Like, he green, I'm black. It's a whole different movie, man. Like, you know, he don't wear drawers. Like, I wear a costume and a full suit. You know, it's a whole different thing. The events of Hulk
Move.
and his film
Move,
don't
move, move,
pertain
move,
to
move.
this
Ah.
movie. When and if
Come on,
he
man. I mean,
shows up, and he not Red Hulk, the other Hulk. There are multiple Hulks. So when he shows up, yeah. But there's only one Red Hulk.
Good.
There's only one.
Okay, man. Good.
That's it.
Why don't we
Solid.
just
Never be
write
another
into
Red
that?
Hulk.
I'm happy.
That's it.
Okay, go on. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. When he shows up, his world, his universe, his story is completely separate from what the way we utilize him in our story.
Our time is about up here, but Harrison, I got to ask you, given that this, of course, is the antagonist here is
Keep running.
King of the
Never mind.
Serpent Society. Who deals better with snakes, Indy or Thaddeus Ross?
His favorite type of questions.
Who shot first, Guido
Right.
or Han Solo?
He's constantly using this line.
You know,
He's constantly using, oh, this is the who shot first type question. That's what he always says.
always treated these questions with
Not-
the utmost respect.
Not even the
and
original.
Somehow, at the same time, complete disdain. I
You are
will not
famous
answer
now.
That stupid question.
You will no longer get in trouble for stealing horses. What? Seriously? Is that what I did
But
by
thank you.
accident?
I mean, I'm
It's an honor to know.
delighted to have the opportunity.
Happy to provide it.
There we
That's what I'm
go.
here for.
A new location.
Lastly, Tim, how's the mandolin playing going?
How did you know about that?
Everybody
universe told
knows.
me.
I'm learning to play the mandolin, and it's going well. I'm obsessed. I play about 3 hours a day.
Wow.
He plays on set.
Really?
No, that was guitar.
Oh,
but
okay.
you had the little, like, the little
Yeah, but I'm preparing for that. That's preparing for a movie that I might be doing with him.
Oh. All right, leaving things on a nice little tease there. Happy to be here, right? Indeed.
Just happy,
yeah.
just happy to be here.
Yeah.
Just happy to be, just absorbing it all.
Yeah.
Thank you for breaking the winds. Honestly.
Well, speaking of breaking, we're gonna break
More
right
ways than
now.
one.
Just can't let it go, can you?
As you can see, this is why it took 2 years to make this movie.
Have fun with it, guys, and we are clearly having fun here. But this is the end here. We're gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys so much. It's a pleasure. Congrats.
Goodbye,
on,
guys.
A big show.
So, let's read your comments. Oh, there's a rabbit. How cute of it to exist and now it no longer exists. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Let's just reach the end of the riverbank or whatever. Harrison Ford is here straight up for the money. Agreed. Oh, apparently comic book sales dropped 73% in 1 year. I have heard of that headline. I wonder how that headline has ever formulated, because the comic book industry has been doing everything in its powers to cook the books and to inflate combined numbers to make it seem like they're actually fine. So what they ended up doing is basically they started including the manga sales along with the American comic books to make it seem like the American ones have sold better. That's what they ended up doing. I don't want his help yet. I want to see what's happening here. Or is this the area? And whoa, it's gold. It's shiny. And wow, that's really bright. Okay. Help the Mexican army by burning down your targets. Okay, fine. No problemo. Equip the fire bottle. Oh, I see. Give it to me. I guess you can't give it to me? Okay. So yeah, they do a bunch of meddling with the numbers, where like they start combining different weird numbers, and it's suddenly treated like it's the best year of all time for comic books. So what that would mean is that, okay, whoever's reporting the numbers is being more real with us, and that's the only way it could have ever dropped to 73, because it was always, the sales were always low. Don't believe what anyone has told you. The numbers were always pathetic. This is a woman that we just killed? Okay. Well, she's dead. Oh, dang. Did I just drop this? Move. Okay, you don't want to move, then you suffer. That's what you get for being a loser. What the fudge is this? Oh, it was a dog. Well, shouldn't have been looking weird. It was your choice. You looked so ugly. There we go. Who is your favorite fearless hero? Who's shooting me? Who's shooting me? Who is shooting me? Through walls. How are you guys shooting me through walls, huh? Oh, crap. That's nonsense. How are they getting me from the inside? Let's just finish this. And so it'd be weird for them to kind of like go back on those numbers, you know? Manga will keep doing well, Far Cry, says Steven to Far Cry Lego. There was a reason why it's been in the top 20 since 2020. Yeah, it's been dominating those charts like crazy. Oh, come on, you stupid game. I am done with you too. Let's finish this. I'm gonna finish this whether they like it or they don't. What are you doing? No. Yeah. So I don't know what they're doing with the numbers. I'm gonna look into it actually. I'm gonna look into it and I'm gonna report back to you. I'm gonna learn the specifics because it was a very curious headline once I saw it I was like, that's interesting. What happened here? And I never looked into it too much, but I'll do it. I'll do it. And that's pretty much it. As for the plans for the next week, as you guys have noticed, I've been kind of not quiet, but I've been not doing the Wednesday streams as of late. And that's probably because it might have something to do with the fact that I don't like the Wednesday game we're now playing, and I find it harder to enjoy now. I still don't understand why that is so bright. No, not the stupid rope. Get down, get down, get down. Jeez. How is he not dying? He's getting like shot. Look at this. You guys saw that, right? He got shot like 13 times. So that's how they help us? That's how they help us? They're just there to kind of make it look like blood is happening. Like blood is splattering. How come that's not working? She didn't die from our gunshots either. Don't go in there. Ask for any interesting manga you've read. Have you guys read anything interesting as of late? Okay. Now I gotta say with this game, I am somewhat disappointed. Okay, they're just gonna shoot me again. Thank you, thank you. I'm like, no, it's enjoyable to play at times and it's perfect for streams. It is a bit long. That's to be expected from a game like this. Thing is, the story is kind of weak. Kind of weak, I'd admit. And I'm still not, I know some of you said, I think it was Nimbus who said, that you just gotta wait it out. There's really going to be a lot more reveals. But we've played for a while now. We've played for like, what, at least 14 hours, if not more. And it's still the same problem. It's still the same character, which is funny because I did read the back of the box of my game, and it turns out that, you know, the back of the box is more insightful than this game has been so far. Which I just found to be very interesting. Don't fall into the water. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill this game right now. Yeah. Amazing, amazing, just amazing. For Wednesday streams, play Doom 2 instead. If you don't like Spec Ops. I don't know, I've been meaning to finish it, so maybe I'll finish it. I gotta read Fire Force. Finish watching part 6 of John's. And we're back here. Like, that's the insane part. Is like, it's not even hard. I think this game just doesn't want me to finish my playthrough of the day. I think that's what it is. Oh, my brother. One last time. I really think this game just hates me right now, because it's like, hey, you wanted to finish early? No, you're gonna hit those 3 hours. I'm gonna force you to play for 3 hours. By making you play as you've always played, which means you suck. I've heard Fire Force is good. It's definitely one of his better works, not unlike Chainsaw Man. I think the people who are just making excuses for Chainsaw Man ought to be ashamed of themselves. I had a friend who was for it, surprisingly enough. But even he came around to realize that it's kind of about nothing. No. It's really about just a guy being a loser. And I think that's the problem. Maybe there was something there, although I doubt it. Japanese are always good at this whole thing where they take things and supposedly it's to criticize behaviors, but it's really to make fun or not make fun. It's to kind of like it's just odd how, you know, it's like you've got Sensei from like Dragon Ball. That's my go-to example, but it's real. Where it's like yeah, he's grooming and touching and being weird with Bulma. And it's like, what? That's not the gun I want. This one's better. And there's a lot of instances of like that in the manga, and Chainsaw Man is another perfect example. You guys gotta get out of this place. I want to destroy this place. What is he doing? I'm gonna shoot him in the ass. And that's the general problem I have with a lot of the manga that are out there. But Fire Force in comparison, I hear, is actually pretty good. Which is nice to hear. There we go. What? He didn't die from that? Or did he? I think he may have died. Go, go, go. It's kind of weird how he went around that way. It's a goat. Just make sure we're not caught in that. Where is he? There you are. Let's open this chest. You know what? Let's finish this place. Let's first kill people off so we can save here. Okay? And then we're gonna deal with everything else. Are those our guys? Okay, good. We're almost done with this. Okay. Oh, dang. We're literally killing women here. This is insane. Like, you're gonna tell me this is a good guy? I understand they're fighting back and all. And they're shooting, and this is self-defense. But John Marston... Man, he's a shady guy, I gotta tell you guys. There's something I don't like about him as a character, like, not very consistent, I would say. We're doing okay now. One more guy, where is he? Not a good time to be scratching my nose. What? These guys are morons. He's just standing there. Okay, let's destroy these stations now. Watch me walk into the flames and die. Okay, we got 3 more locations to burn up. I don't understand how this one is not necessary. But he's standing in this location and it's pissing me off. Get out. Okay, let's go. Dum 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 dum. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce some of these names. So, oh, Roshi, yes. Master Roshi is a weirdo. I'm low-key so mad at how much Yamka and Tian, yeah, I'm probably mispronouncing these names, 10 got treated in Dragon Ball Z. I didn't get to Dragon Ball Z. Maybe that's why I'm not good with these names. But Roshi does stop being a perv. However, that's in Super, which is more Toyotaro than Toriyama. Okay. Steven says Roshi perving on Bulma was a bit much looking back. However, I don't hate Roshi. Yeah, I mean, but like with Chainsaw Man, especially, you have like these very weird scenes. Yeah, this is it. Right? No, not this location, I guess. Where you have just characters being weird, and I'll share more examples tomorrow on my page if that helps you guys understand where I'm coming from. Although I think you guys, what? That's ridiculous. You guys saw that, right? You dog, you didn't see anything. I'm sorry, guys. I had to do what had to be done. Do you want me to break? How do you expect me to get there, huh? No, get out of my way. I'm not gonna... No. Jeez, he's so clunky. Okay, good. How do you expect me to destroy those? Okay. Be careful around this area. Ken and Yamka, or Yamka probably, were pretty much turned into cheerleaders. Fighters gave them both more respect, says Mudcap. Steven goes back. Yamaka. It sounds like it should be Yamaka. Lost his girl to a guy responsible for his death. Only justice is that Vegeta took Yamka's role, which was date Bulma and lose to the main villain. Yeah, I don't want to be just picking on Toriyama, really. How do we get to the other side? I don't think we can. They said we can throw stuff. Right? So I guess we can find more of those lanterns. Is that it? But we destroyed all of them. Dang. Did we destroy all of them? I think we may have. Oh no. There we go. There's one. Can I pick it up? Please don't break. How do we do this, guys? This thing is going insane. How do I pick this up, guys? Does anyone know? Do I have more of this? Do you guys know what I'm supposed to do? Weapons. Outfits, journal. I guess we're just gonna have to end it here on a very hopeless note. Never being able to finish this game, this mission. I know there are options to. Where are my items? It's just info. Journal, brief, stranger's journal, outfits, weapons. Where's my other stuff here? See, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. I can't pick it up, can I? They told me that I can, right? Where's this thing? Where did the flame go? It's right there. Nope. Ah, amazing ending to today's stream. Wonderful. See, I don't even know how we're supposed to do this now. And these guys are not helping really. How do I get this? Maybe we're just supposed to destroy everything, but then... Are there barrels on that boat? You guys see anything? Yeah, I think it's over. One misstep and we fall into the water and we're dead. Yeah, it's pretty bad. This is not good. You guys know what to do? I don't. Shoot the hook. Guys, move or I'm gonna fall into the water. They're getting in my way. Like, what's the point of them here? I don't see no hook. I think there was one on the other boats. Nope, nothing. We're on fire, great. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do anymore. Alright, I meant to hook that held up the lamp. If I do that, it's probably going to destroy the thing. Which we kind of didn't want. Let's see what the grandpa has to say. Can we take this? What if this was supposed to be something, but... I think we were supposed to do something with this, but it's not working. It's broken, guys. I think this is glitched. I think there were supposed to be lamps, or maybe we should have been able to do something in general. Yeah, it's over. We're done. We're done. We've hit 3 hours. Okay, that's so annoying. We had to do this 3 times just to get somewhere. Toriyama is one of my favorite creators. I wasn't a fan of Ten and Yamaka's treatment in Z. What if I... Okay, if we're gonna die, who cares? We're stuck here anyway, so... What if we can walk up to this thing? Oh, this is a bad idea. Whatever. Let's do it. Walks into the water, dies immediately. Alright guys, we did what we could. I think it maybe the levels glitched. You guys saw those bottles giving us a lens flare. And I want to thank you guys for sticking around. An amazing stream. Glad to be back. And I might just do Doom 2. I just might. And screw you, game, for doing this to me. I do not appreciate you messing around with me like that. But yeah, fun stream. Yes, it was. Thank you very much. And take care, heroes. And see you next time. Good.